All right, hello everybody and welcome. Thanks again for joining me. Today we're going to continue on with the Lego Ninjago Game Jams. This is a game built in Unity with the Unity Micro Pack, the Lego Ninjago one specifically, and I've got the game mostly done. I would say the core gameplay mechanics are primarily working. You can click the link down in the description and actually try it out and play it. I just did a quick update to it. I think I'll show it real quick. We'll run through, see what the game looks like, and then finish out the actual the systems and other things that we need to do. First though, I just wanted to take a drink and say hello to everybody. Thank everybody for coming out and joining me live. And I'm kind of curious if anybody else is in the jam. So if anybody else is using or joining this game jam or submitting something, please just drop a comment in the chat and let me know, or down in the comments later if you watch this afterwards. Let's take a drink and load up the game. And if you want, you can play along with me. I need to make sure that I mute my sound, otherwise it's going to blow out everybody's ears. And I would recommend that you turn your volume down too when you play, because audio is one of the few things that I have not addressed yet. So it's kind of loud and a little bit obnoxious. All right, so let's play. And I'm going to switch over to desktop mode now. I need to get my Stream Deck hotkeys set back up so you can see it all in action. All right. So here's my Ninja Tower game. It's posted up on Simmer. I got the link there. And you can see I got Lloyd here. And I was talking to the little one. He wants to switch this character. He doesn't want to use Lloyd anymore. He wants to use Zane. And for some reason, this is not getting the performance increase that I was expecting. So when I tested it out earlier, I was getting much better performance. And now maybe it's because I'm streaming. It's still not running great. And there are a couple performance issues that I want to address, and a couple that I already took a look at, and we'll talk about those in a minute. Let's see if I can make it up to the top of the map though. So I'm jumping, running and jumping. I can't make it up that one, so I know I got to turn around here, make this jump onto the safe platform. All of these ones with all those extra bricks are just a platform that we made 2 days ago that mark as like a checkpoint. So it just makes it so you can't fall down below. Oh, and I died to the bad guy. And then the game should just reload after a couple seconds. I think it's set to like 3 seconds or some little delay. Let's see if I can make it up to the top though. I want to try one more time. Also, the background right now starts off in green as like the easy mode or the easy level. And then as you go up higher and higher, it gets darker and darker red. It goes basically from green to red as a little bit of a tint here. See if I can make it up there. Nope, missed that jump. Can I make this jump? Let's see. Jump, jump. Oh, nope. I am not doing very good at that. Just the timing of those jumps. There we go. Okay, now we spin it around. I'm almost up to that ramp. Let's see. Also, yeah, if you play and get to the top, watch what happens, because it's not the best effect, and it's one of the first things that I want to deal with. Oh man, I missed that one. Okay, so I want to fix that so that the one on the left there isn't an elevator, because that's kind of annoying. You got to jump back and forth over this bad guy just a time when that elevator is going to be there. So I think I'm going to change that from being an elevator. But when you get to the top, essentially, let's see it in the non-simmer version in the editor. When you get to the top, the goal is that you see, let's see if I can get this lined up, Master Wu and the rest of the ninjas. So you get all the way up here and go visit him. And I might do an executable build too, just in case the WebGL build never gets fast enough. If the WebGL build is still slow after today, I'll probably release out an executable build on Simmer or somewhere else too that people can play as well, in case that is just the only way to do it. So first, let's take a look at Collaborate, because I've made a couple of changes, and I wanted to show what the changes were for performance that I've made before we dive into finishing up extra features. For anybody that's following along, was watching yesterday and was kind of curious. The first thing that I've done is enable occlusion culling. So a couple people recommended this yesterday, and it was something I hadn't added yet. If you go to rendering and occlusion culling right here, you'll see that you get this window over here to the right. It just says occlusion. Let me get the bottom of Unity showing real quick. I got to resize this just a bit. And we'll get the bottom part up so you can see the little bake button down below. I'll show you how that works. So when we, can I get the right window? So I got a black window on another black window. It's a little bit hard to see. So here we are. Now when I'm in here, you can see it's already got it. Does it have it baked? Yeah. Let's go over here. Oh no, I'm on the right side. So here you can see that only a couple of my objects are showing up because the occlusion culling's baked. What's happening here is the camera's only showing what the The scene view is only showing what the camera is going to render, and then it's a culling out everything else. If I clear out the occlusion culling, you'll see that all of those objects are now rendering or there. And then when I hit the bake button, the preview here will just cut it down to showing only what the camera is actually going to render. And I want to hit play real quick and just show what this does at runtime. It's not a huge performance increase for us because the big performance hit here is with physics, but it is a performance increase nonetheless. So let's take a peek. So we'll go into the scene view here, take the scene view, make it side by side, and you can see the objects there are kind of oh, now they're off the screen. As they go off the screen because I resized my camera, they actually stop rendering too. Let's put this into a 1920 by 1080. There we go. So it's kind of lock that resolution and then jump up, and you can see as we go up and things become in our camera frustum, they become visible, they'll start to render, and they don't render until they're in there. But if any part of it's visible, like that yellow box that we've got there for the background, as soon as any part of it's visible, obviously the entire thing shows up. And as soon as none of that green box is visible, and there's the whole green box stopped appearing. So that's an easy one to just turn on. You just go in, hit the button, hit bake, and you're pretty much done. You don't really have to do a whole lot of extra work there for your baking options most of the time. You could adjust it, but I think that for here, we got a pretty simple system. The other thing that I've adjusted was the physics timestamp. So if first I want to take a look at and show you why. Let's go reset the physics timestamp. So I'm going to go to project settings and go to time, and we'll set it back to 0.2. And I'm going to open up the profiler window. So go to window and sequencing, no, and analysis and profiler. I'm just going to pull this up side by side, or maybe dock it down here below, so you can get an idea of how fast everything's running and where the slowness is. So here it's at 0.2. Let's just move this. Let's just dock it right over here next to the occlusion culling, and let's hit play. I just want you to see where the slowness is, because when you see the WebGL build, obviously if it's a little bit choppy, you might be wondering why. And the core reason here seems to be, I'll show it in just a second once I do a couple jumps. Jump around a little bit. Let's get up here. I'm glad somebody likes the background. Thank you very much. I have a lot of fun decorating the background up and stuff. So I'm glad to see when people enjoy it. So here you can see in our player loop, we've got a time value. And let's move my big old head off the time value so you can actually see it. And the time value here is 19 milliseconds. I'm going to drag this over a little bit so that it's a little bit more visible, and then make the profiler window. In fact, let's just take the profiler window and undock it, and we'll make it nice and big, set it up right here. So our player loop is taking up 19 milliseconds on that frame, and as I go through the frames, you see that they're all taking over 10, somewhere between like the teens, low teens, and up to almost 20. If we expand it out a little bit, you see that every time it's in this physics update. The physics fixed update is what's slowing it down. And the reason for that, if we go down here in the profiler even lower and go find our physics section, is all of these colliders. So I have a ton of colliders here because of the way that I built my level. Because I built my level by just stacking up a bunch of towers on top of each other. Each one of those towers is made of a bunch of bricks, and all those bricks have colliders, and eventually it got to be too many. And there's probably a good way to optimize that. I'm not sure what the best way to optimize it is. So the quickest thing to do is to just go in and turn down that physics time step. So if I turn this time step to 8, so that it updates physics at about a quarter of the rate that it was before, then I should see that the times just drop down here quite a bit. The number of colliders and stuff isn't going to change, but the other stuff will. Now, what I'd like to do ideally is just disable physics on those objects completely, but I haven't quite figured out how to do that yet. So here we can take a look, and you see that the time now is, we're looking at like 4 milliseconds, 5 milliseconds. So it's gotten quite a bit faster. We've definitely sped it up a lot. And you look at here, it's, where's our physics? Is it even in here? Player loop. I don't even see physics showing up anymore. Let's hit play and just run around a little bit first. Run, jump a little bit. Let's add a break. Let's stop again. Yeah, I see. You can see that the physics stuff isn't even registering anymore. So just turning that down. That's a big jump. I'm surprised that it dropped that much though. I mean, I expected it to drop. I just didn't expect it to drop quite that much. Oh, there we go. Here's some physics stuff going on, and we're at 6 milliseconds. All right. So let's see what else we've got here. Another thing that we could do theoretically is to maybe just disable some of those towers as we're jumping up. But since the game kind of runs fast enough just by turning up that time step, I think what I'd like to do now is add in the rest of the features. So the final thing that we need to make the game actually winnable is the win condition working. If I get all the way up to the top right now, the game doesn't actually end. I just kind of run right past Sensei Wu. So let me do I want to play through? Let's do one more playthrough when I'm in editor mode where I have great performance, and you'll see that I can jump up and down and stuff and make it all the way through. And then you'll see what happens when we try to win, and then we'll see if we can figure out how to use the game state stuff to fix the win. Actually, I can't grab my my block right there. Let's adjust that first. My collectible isn't being collected. I'm actually too far back, and I think if I just go to the scene view and go find Lloyd here, go find my Lloyd 1 button and look at him. Yeah, he's pushed in a little bit too far. I need to just move him out. I think I reset his position back to 0 when I was messing around with it. If I go to the inspector, yeah, I think I had set his X. Yeah, it was at 0. And probably just from me resetting his position or something, and he got a little bit offset. I was playing around with a couple other characters. We got Jay and Naya here, and I think there's a couple other ones that I want to pull in. When I was talking to the 5-year-old, he really wants Zane to be the main character. So I'm going to switch Lloyd with Zane in just a little bit. But first, let's play jump up and make it all the way to the top. See if we can get the prize or win the, win the competition. All right, we'll see. All right, the goal is really just get to the top of the tower. Go see Master Wu. So let's jump up there. Oh, also, one thing I didn't mention is that since yesterday, I changed my camera view just a little bit. I adjusted the angle of the camera. I just tilted it down and moved it up a tiny bit. So if you were curious why it looks a little bit different than the first version of the playable one, because now you can see the bottoms of the bricks, that's all I really did was just adjust that. And that was mostly so I could see the bottoms of the bricks. I was like, oh, that's cool. I can see the actual bricks there. I'd like to see that. Can I make it up this moving platform one is tough. I still need to fix that other spot too with the platform right here. So we'll do that after I win, or after I try to win and don't win. Let's see. So I jump over and I still lost. Man, performance. Oh, I have my profiler window up still, don't I? Let's go to default. Let's reset that completely. Maximize my performance there. And I want to see the stats there. Okay, there we go. Now I'm getting good frame rate. Come on, Lloyd. Run, run, run. What did I do to the ground there? I have to fix that up too. All right, jump, and just want to keep watching my frame rate, make sure that it doesn't drop down. And then one of the things I'm thinking about doing, by the way, for performance, if anybody has some good ideas for a quick, easy way to fix the performance issues, let me know. But one of the things I was thinking about doing was just toggling those towers. I mean, really, the towers should just be visual, so they shouldn't have any performance hit. But from what I've seen, there didn't seem to be an easy way to make just a visual version of the model that didn't have the physics and stuff built in. So if I disable the brick, it turns the whole thing off, and there was no way to disable just the physics. All right, so I made it to the end, and that's it. Nothing happened. So what's supposed to happen is I get here, and then the game goes into a win state. Let's take a look at how that's supposed to work and show it, and then we'll figure out why it's not working. So there's a game flow manager, and this was part of that Lego micro kit. And it's got a win option and a lose option. It just has a scene to load whenever you win or lose, and a delay for the amount of time. So the win thing should have been called. And the win gets called by this brick up here at the top. There was a win brick that we dropped out onto the scene yesterday, and attached it's this one right here. So I've got this win action, and it's supposed to fire off a win event. It's got an objective to touch the trigger, and the trigger is just this one thing here. So all you have to do is touch that trigger, and once you touch it, it's supposed to make it so that you win the game, or at least that's what I thought was supposed to happen. But for some reason, that's not happening. So let's take a quick peek and see why. I think I'll start by just opening up the win action and just take a quick look at the script. From what I remember, it fires off an event that goes into the event manager, and then that game manager listens to that. And then if it finds the win event, it goes into the win state, plays the effect, and then it also has something that it does for all the characters. It should change all of their animations. Let's go find that win action. Here we go. So when this thing is triggered, Let's find it. So it's got a touch trigger. Objective is touch it, touch a thing. Oh, maybe I want a nearby trigger instead. Instead of a touch trigger, let me switch it to a nearby trigger. Let me pause this. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move Lloyd up to the top. I'm going to replace that touch trigger with a nearby trigger. See if that's enough. See if that just fixes it. Maybe I don't need to do much debugging or anything else. So let me find the Lloyd, or here, let's find this height here. What's the height of this win object? 134. I'll go find Lloyd. I'll move him up to that 134. 134. There we go. Let's move him up a little bit more. So just hold control and drag him up. And then I'm going to move him over to the left a little bit so that he kind of runs over to this win spot. Then we'll find the touch trigger. I'm going to just delete that block. Well, first let's select the prefab so that I can get to the folder. Now I've got all of my other blocks. I'll delete the touch trigger. And then I'm going to find that nearby trigger. Drag it and drop it right in and snap it onto that block. Now I've got that attached and it wants to check to see if I get within 10 meters. I think I'll move this down to 5 so you can see that little gizmo drop down. Let's go to about 5. Let's hit play. Oh, I didn't save my scene. It'll be fine. We'll hit play and it's going to load in once and then it won't do it the second time because I didn't save. All right, play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be happening. All right, let's see what's going on here. Stop playing. Let's take the, I'm going to take this win brick. Oh, weird. What is this? Oh, why are these separated bricks? Okay, let's try this. I'm going to take this brick. I'm going to drag it down here to be part of that object. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm going to make these separate things. I'm going to take this and delete that win brick. I'm going to take this brick here and just delete it. I'm not going to attach these to the platform. I think I'm just messing it up when I attach it to the platform somehow. So I'm just going to snap it out here in the world, go into this move mode here, and maybe I'll leave it, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll put it over here behind Master Wu. Or, Sensei, is his name Sensei Wu? I keep forgetting. I keep thinking of League of Legends. All right, let's move this over here. And we'll get this Lego kind of in position. I'm not going to snap it on because I'm not sure what that's going to do right or do to it. And then I'm going to take the nearby trigger and snap this one on. So go back to Lego mode, snap it on. Now they're one object. I've got my nearby trigger. I'm going to call this win trigger. Let's rename it. Win trigger. And then it's going to win whenever the player gets within 10 meters of it. So that seems fair if that works. Well, let's see if it works. So it wants me to get to the object. I figure out how to show objectives next. That'll be fun. All right, let's play. We run over there. He gets to the end. He went nearby it, but didn't seem to have done anything. Very curious. Why is it not doing the win action? Maybe it is firing the win action and it's just not working. Let's go into debug mode and just see if I can figure this out. So I'm going to hit F5. We'll attach. I've got a breakpoint here. I think I want to check to see when it does. Let's see. It's got a touch trigger. What does it do? It's got a reset. I just want to see how this works exactly. When the win action fires off, what does it actually do? Maybe it doesn't do something. Maybe it actually needs something else to do a win. Am I missing something? Let's do a search for win action references. So do Shift F12. We'll find all of the win action references. We've got one win prefab. Building. What is all this stuff? I'm not seeing how this win actually works. For some reason, I thought there was a win event. Let's go look at that game flow manager. I bet that that's where it is. If I look at the game flow manager, it registered for a couple events for winning and losing. So where's the win scene? Let's find the flow for that. Easiest way to do it is just look it up in reverse. So we'll find the part that we know happens, like when you win, the win scene gets called, and then just see how that gets called and figure out where the break is, where it's not getting called. So it's not in assets. It's going to be somewhere in code. It's going to be, okay, this line right here that sets the scene to load, which checks to see if we had a win state. That's right. I remember looking at this yesterday. And win gets set to true only in one case. So I can just search for Control Shift F, bring up the find in files, search for when equals and space, and find the one spot where it doesn't get set to false. So we've got the objective manager. Objective manager looks to see, let's see, if we won or lost in the update. Okay, so if we've won or we've lost in the update, it'll call this. Let's find M1 and see when M1 gets set. M1 gets set to true in update game status when there are no things that are set to lose. And then here, okay, gets toggled based off of whether or not some objective is complete. So if something is set to lose or not completed, then we've got to just figure out why is the objective not complete? So the objective should just be get nearby that thing. And that should be getting set to true when that block activates. So let's hit F5. I'm attached here. Got a breakpoint in the activate that should be turning on that objective. I'm going to hit play. I expect that I'll run forward, hit that breakpoint, and then, or maybe not, maybe that's where the break is, that breakpoint won't get hit. We're not actually getting into my objective calling. It's got to be something simple going on, but we'll figure it out. So is completed is set to true. What is this objective? So if we look at this here, so look at locals section of the debug window. Here, let's pull it up so you can see what window it is. It's the debug window down here. Look at the local section. You can see that I'm on the win object. It's got the activate method. Wait, why is it completed? Oh, this is that game object. Okay. Checks to see if the condition was met. Oh, I know why. Got it. Here's what's going on. Check this out. Stop playing. Let's take a look at Sensei Wu. I figured it out, I think. So if we look at him, he's set to be a player. So he's triggering it. He's making it so that we instantly win. And then it's probably just bugging out because it's happening right at the start of the game. So let's hit play and do it without Sensei Wu being tagged as a player. And maybe we won't auto win and have the game break wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe? Well, not quite, but I guess we got partway there. Let's hit F5, reattach, and then hit play one more time and see if I shouldn't get the breakpoint now for Master Wu or Sensei Wu in there triggering it. I should only get it for Lloyd going through. Let's try it. We run up here. Okay, we got the enter. On completed fires off or is set to true. That looks good. And then if we go to my objective manager, got update game status. So that's in on progress or on progress, I guess. I wonder if that just got called a second ago. Is that a breakpoint there too? I'm going to stop playing and try it one more time because I think that might have progressed it, but I'm not 100% sure. Or maybe it didn't register for that event, and that's the problem. All right. By the way, thanks everybody that's out here in chat for joining and saying hello. If you're doing the jam, make sure you share your game because I'm kind of curious to see what everybody else is making. And if you're not, just make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe and all that stuff. Helps a lot, makes me happy, and makes the little numbers go up. So please hit the buttons. All right, we run over here. We hit the breakpoint. We get the completed, and then we've got on progress. Is this assigned? It's not. Why is this not assigned to anything? This should be getting added. This should be getting added right here in on objective added. Do I not have it? I bet what's wrong is that I'm missing an objective manager. Let's see. Yep, I don't have an objective manager in my scene. I bet you anything, I just need one of those. So I'm going to stop playing. We'll go create a new empty game object. Objective manager. I bet there was, I wonder if there was a menu button to just create a new Lego scene. There wasn't. I probably should have just used one of those. And I bet if I search for objective manager, look at that. Oh, and there's an objective manager HUD. Objective HUD manager. Interesting. So I've got to set up an objective HUD soon. Let's save though. Maybe I'll steal an objective manager and a HUD from one of the other scenes. So just yank it right out of there and copy it and pull it over. Let's hit play. See if I can now win. All right, we run, we get the objective complete. We did not win. We did not lose. I'm just going to stop attaching. Okay, there we go. We activated it. We progress. Let's see. I'm going to hit the breakpoint here. 1 is equal to true. I'm guessing it's going to win the game for me now. I'm going to detach. Yep, there we go. He was like, he did a little party. Let's stop playing and play again real quick. I'm going to do it this time without a breakpoint attached, or without breakpoints. Play. I expect that he gets to the end and then it's a little winning party. Maybe he's going to keep running though. I'm not completely sure. I don't know what happens exactly with the win. Woo, okay, there we go. Yep, they all start partying. That's what I expected. Cool. So once that happens, I probably want to like zoom in on the characters too, have them do like a cool little transition to do like a little party. Let's set up a quick camera there that we can turn on, or enable a VCam that we can enable and blend to, and then we'll play through real quick with the full loop, I think. And then actually maybe I'll add in an objective manager too, with objectives that you have to collect, or maybe that you don't have to. I don't know. I guess with the objectives you have to pick everything up, huh? We'll figure it out. Let's add in a VCam next. So I'm going to go to Cinemachine and I'll go create a virtual camera. I want to make a virtual camera or a dolly tracked camera. I think I'm going to start with just another VCam, and I'll put it up here, kind of like zoomed in on these guys, maybe right about here. Where's my VCam? Go find my VCam. Find it. Control Shift F, get it locked into place. I got my camera right there. And then if I make this one solo, so if I go to the game view and hit solo, oh, it's actually already locked on there. Let's turn the priority down to a 5 here. And then if I hit solo, you'll see it switch on and switch off. But I want to bring the orthographic size of this one way in. I want this closer. Maybe I'll make it not orthographic, make it a perspective camera view. Nah, let's just make it orthographic and bring it in. Just bring it in to right about here, kind of a close zoom in view. This will be called my zoom in view, and then let's call this normal view VCam. I'm going to put VCam on the end of these so I be a little bit clear what they are. And then maybe make a cameras folder. Do I not have a camera subfolder? Nope. Right click, create an empty folder, or an empty game object, call it cameras. And I just add equals to declare it as a folder. Make sure that I know that this is just a folder, not an object with stuff on it. And then I'll take my 2 cameras and drop them underneath there. My 2 VCams at least. And let's take the main camera as well. Drop that under as well. So now I've got all of my cameras underneath this. So make sure that you reset the position though. If you're using folders or using game objects as folders, reset the transform so that it's all zeroed out so you don't mess up the offsets and the children and everything. It'll mess with things when you get into code if you start doing that. All right, so I've got my 2 VCams. I've got my normal view one. And then I think what I'm going to do is just disable this. Or no, I'm going to enable this one. I'm going to disable the zoom in view camera. I'm going to turn the priority up instead of down. So instead of being 10, I'll make it 15. And then I have a block that enables things on a trigger. So I'm just going to use that block. So I have my, where's that block that we made? I used one of those green icons. If I can find it, I will find it. It was the activation thing, or enable. Let's just search for enable. I feel like I'm blind. I know it's in here. Toggle game objects. That's what it was called. I renamed it. Should have looked for the one that had a weird name that didn't match the naming convention. So take toggle game objects. I'm going to drag this out here. It's just another brick that we made 2 days ago. An extra custom little brick so that we could toggle some objects on and off when a trigger happens. Whoops, let's undo that. Oh, I hope I didn't break everything by hitting undo. Go to single brick mode. Move this brick over and snap it down. Now the object I want to toggle is just going to be that VCam. So I'll take this zoom in view VCam. Add it here to the elements. I hit the plus to just make so I could add an element, and I'll check enable so that it turns it on. This is again just that custom action. If you want to see what it looks like, I'll show you the script real quick. Very, very simple. Inherit from repeatable action. In the update, check to see if you're active. If you got set to active, then do the thing. Active just means that this object got activated. And right now it's doing it every frame. Not the most performant. I know we have performance issues, but the performance issues are all around they're all around physics, so it's not really going to matter if we made any change to that. All right, so that should change my VCam. Let's hit play and see if it just zooms me in real quick. play, and we run over here. It zooms in. They have a little party. All right, that looks pretty good. I think I want to move these bricks back behind the background or something so that they're not visible, or so that they're at least not in front of the character that you're running to. Let's do that. Get them back there. Take my wind trigger. I'll just move them back behind him at least. They don't have to be behind the whole scene, so they can still be visible. We know we have bricks there, but I want to be able to see the stuff that's going on. Now, what else did I want to do? I want to set Lloyd back down to 0. Oh, I want to fix this platform real quick. This moving platform. I don't want it to be an elevator. In fact, I think I'm just going to remove the elevator component from it completely and move it up a little bit. So take it, move it up just a little bit here, and then remove that elevator block. There we go. Just delete it. Just make it a normal one since you're already dealing with an enemy there. Dealing with another one is just, it's not that much fun. I don't want to do that. So we'll leave that out. What else do we have here? Wait, can this make it up though? That's a good question. Is this going to make it up to there? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Actually, I probably won't find out. Let's just duplicate it and we'll make another platform. Maybe, where do I put this? Here's what I'll do. I'll undo that. Delete. Let's take this platform. I'm just going to move it up a little bit more. That way, if I jump up here, I should be able to, I think, make that double jump up to there and then up to there. Pretty sure I can make that jump. Okay. Oh, I'm missing some tower blocks here. What happened? Oh, they're probably just getting called by the occlusion calling. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I accidentally deleted the blocks. All right, so I think I'm going to save. And one of the things I said I wanted to do, well, I want to do two things. I want to show the objective manager and show that, but I also want to get the character changed because that's a very important thing. If I have the wrong character in here when the 5-year-old plays, it's going to be a nightmare. I mean, it won't really, but it won't make him as nearly as excited as if he gets to see the character he actually asked for. So let's take a look at the objective manager stuff really briefly, and then we'll jump into adding some more characters. We'll add in Zane, and I was thinking maybe we could add in characters that play differently. So you have different characters that have different numbers of jumps or different speeds or whatever, and then allow the player to pick the speed or to pick the character that they want to have. So I think we'll do that. We'll start with the objectives, and then we'll jump into that, and then we'll do another build, put it up, and let everybody play. All right, let's go into the objective stuff now. So I'm going to find some of the example scenes. Go find, here we go. We've got Skybound Rescue and Ninjutsu Course. I think I'm trying to think. No, Skybound Rescue is the Flappy Birds game. Let me see. This one might have an objectives thing in it. Let's hit play and see. It's got an options menu, a game over fade, a game HUD. Find and rescue Kai. Avoid the army is the objective. Okay, it's pretty simple. Let's see how this works. So we've got a game HUD. The game HUD has an objective manager HUD, and then it's got an objective win prefab. I don't know what that is. And an objective lose prefab. Let's go take a look at the win prefab. Go to 2D mode. Maybe it's something that shows up in 2D. Oh, maybe not. Let's go see what it's got in here. So it's got stickers. Progress. Okay, it's basically settings, it looks like. And then, oh, maybe it is. It's an actual canvas object. Okay, with some settings. Take another look at that HUD object one more time. So it's got a lose and a win, an objective panel, and then a variable HUD manager. What does this manage? What are the probably if there are variables or something. So then we've just got this one objective for winning. I'm gonna stop playing and see what the scene looks like. So by default, the scene is just the game HUD. I wonder if this is just a prefab I can drop into the game. Yep. Oh, game manager. Look at this. And I probably just need to pull in this game manager and a game HUD. I'm going to do that. Let's go into our main scene, go grab a game manager and a game HUD and pull them right in instead of having to recreate them ourselves. So I recreated them from the scripts, but I think that I don't need that. I think that I just use the prefabs instead. So open up my tower jump. I have another copy of it without towers. This one runs a lot better, by the way, because we get rid of most of those colliders. Or most of those physics objects in general, I guess. I guess it's primarily just colliders, mostly static colliders. But getting rid of tens of thousands of them or 10,000 of them helps a lot. All right, so we've got our tower jump scene open. Let's go find the game manager prefab. There we go, game manager. I'm going to drop that out, and I'm going to find my game flow manager, take my tower jump scene name, copy it, and delete out game flow manager. I'll replace the scenes here. Instead of using menu win and menu lose, I'm just going to reload right back into our scene. Maybe I could go into a menu. Right, we'll go into the menu for now. We'll let it go into the default menus. And let's add in the HUD. So we have a game HUD object. I'll drop that in as well. We'll save. And then, oh, do I have an objective manager? Yeah, let's delete that. I don't want two of them. The game manager already had that objective manager on it. So let's hit play. I should probably look in that prefab folder, see if there's anything else in there that I should use. Okay, so there we go. Get to the object. Get there. Okay. What's the object? Interesting. Okay, how do we assign get to the object? Where is that coming from? Let's find the win trigger. And then okay, here it is. Get to the top of the tower. And then for details, avoid the bad guys, I guess. I mean, that's what I want you to do. Get to the top and avoid the bad guys. Seems simple. I don't know. If anybody's got some better description text that I should put there, please just share and let me know. All right, let's jump, jump, jump and jump, jump and jump again, jump, 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 jump. I could probably just keep saying jump over and over, or just keep jumping up until we get our platforms out. Whoops, missed that one. That's okay. Make it up here. See if I can get all the way up to the top this time and actually win, and then it's going to take me into a win menu that I'm not sure what it looks like, but we'll find out. I've probably seen the win menu, I just don't remember it. Oh, okay, I can't make that jump. Maybe I need to redesign this part of it. I want you to jump back over this guy twice. I'm gonna do a quick redesign of this little challenge because it's a little bit too difficult. Like you have to jump him and then you have to jump him again. I feel like it's not easy enough. It should definitely be an easier challenge. So let's take this platform and move it down just a little bit. And then I'll take this platform, we'll move it down. Maybe to, the problem is I want to make sure that you're not hitting your head when you're jumping over that way. So maybe like about here. So it's pretty easy to jump up and over, and then you can get onto that platform. There we go. Let's move it up just a little bit so the platform is right above the other one. That seems good. Maybe I could avoid putting out platforms below this one, but I don't know if I necessarily need to. I'm going to take this crystal. We'll move it up here and maybe onto this platform or something. So that it makes a little bit more sense where it's positioned. Now I should be able to make it all the way up to the top. My tower is still busted here though. So let's just take one of these towers and see if we can figure out how to fix this real quick. Take these bricks, a couple extra loose bricks right there. I'll take one of these tower objects, go out of brick mode, duplicate it, and just hold control, move it up until it kind of snaps into position. We'll save that off. Now let me show you guys real quick why I can't just turn off the physics stuff. And maybe somebody watching has a good idea for how we can fix this and how we can change it. But if you look at these towers, so you can see all of the little green around there with all the little colliders that we've got. They are marked as static, but if you look at the actual the bricks here, you'll see that you can't really just disable the actual components. So if I go find a specific brick. There we go. Got like this white brick right here, right? I can't disable the actual collider components. If I go into debug mode, I can see all of the components, and really what I want is just the renderers, but there's no way to, I guess, just stop it from doing whatever physics stuff it's doing. And I'm not sure exactly where that is. Assume it's somewhere down in one of these layers of stuff. So if anybody's got an idea, a suggestion on how to make these just render and not act like bricks, just look like a regular model, for performance reasons alone, please share it. Let me know. Drop it in here. So what I have done is turn up the time step so that everything slows down, so that we can still get decent performance. We could also again just turn the objects off too. Maybe only have the ones on for our area, and that would be probably a big performance increase. Just take all of the objects and then batch them up into chunks so that the ones that are near us are the only ones that show up. Do like essentially like a little quad tree type setup, but a simple one for this, or a little grid. Even really just a height based setup. We could check the player's height, and then if the height of the object is offset by some amount, just disable all of the children and then re-enable all the children when it's not, when we're close enough to the thing. In fact, I might do that, but I want to do that afterwards because I want to just finish up gameplay stuff and not worry about performance and little random performance tweaks that don't really qualify towards building a game. All right, so let's find Lloyd. And I want to move him up to the top now. Instead of him being the main character, I want him to be like the guy that you're going to his party. So you're going up to join him at his party. So instead of using Lloyd, I'm going to use a new character for our main one. I'm not going to use these two that I've already pulled out here because I already pulled them out. I want to go through the process again. Let's take Zane instead. So go into our prefabs, minifigs, and find Zane. Apparently he's the ice ninja. So that's the one that we've got to use. And we'll drop him out into the world. Zane is by default, I think, exactly like all of those other characters, and he's gonna. Oh, let's switch out of debug mode here. He's gonna have the minifig controller on, which lets you do the WASD movement, and that's not what I want. We need the one button minifig controller script instead. So here we go. I've just added that down below. I literally just added that and then moved my head off of it. Let's remove the minifig component and just use the one button one. Here, let's click and click. There we go. Refresh the editor. So by default, remember, we are moving continuously, so he'll just run forward. And then when we press a button, he jumps. And that's all we've got for input and stuff. If I go find Lloyd one button, disable him, go find, where's my character again? Zane. I should just be able to hit play and now play with Zane. As long as he's got that player tag, it's on the player layer, I expect it's just going to work. Yeah, by the way, we did run the profiler a bit ago, and the performance issue is all around physics. It's all just collision stuff. So there's an issue here with my camera. Right now, the camera is not following Zane. Let's take a look, and I'll show you why. When we set up the camera yesterday, we used the Cinemachine virtual camera. So we made a V-cam, and I think I actually made a 2D cam, and then made it look at the character. And if we go find the V-cam, it's under my cameras subfolder. Got this main camera here. This is not where we set the settings on it. It's instead this V cam. I've got the two here, the one for zooming in when we win that we just made a little while ago, and then the normal one, the normal V cam. By default, it's set to follow Lloyd. So this Cinemachine virtual camera's got to follow and a look at. I just need to change these over from Lloyd to Zane. Now, if we want to allow for character customization or character selection, we'll need to set this or have some other object that follows our character that this follows as well. So we need to be able to change that to whatever our player prefab is or our player character is if we allow them to pick different characters, which again, I think I'm going to do once we've got this working. So here you can see the little previews of the camera from Cinemachine. And let's just run over here. There's all that commotion out there. Oh, okay. And just a kid getting back from the dentist. All right, let's run, jump, jump, jump. And let's see if we can get all the way up to the top of the tower. Almost there. Come on. The hard part's going to be if I can get past the enemy there that's killed me every single time that I've tried it. It's this guy right here, this evil skeleton. I might need to just shrink him down to maybe make him not quite as tall, because he's definitely not the easiest to jump over. All right, jumped up to here, jumped up to here, jumped up. Oh, I missed it. Okay, jump up. There we go. Am I going to make it? Just got to not go all the way off the edge. And we got to the party, and then it's party time. Awesome. So it actually worked. We made it all the way to the top, went through the flow. Let's see what happens at the end. I assume it's going to go into the win screen or the win. Oh, you know what? I've removed the win menu. So it didn't go to the win menu because if you go to build settings, I actually set it down to only my tower jump. So let's find menu win. Let's find those. Menu. We got menu win and menu lose. I'm going to add those in. I want to see what they look like real quick. Let's go. I'll drop them into my build settings, and then I'm going to open them up and just see what they say, what they look like. Maybe I can just use those as my win and lose scenes. So we'll save. Let's open up the win one. And hit play. Oh, okay. You won. That's it. And then a play again button. Okay. And then play again does what? Let's go find play again. Guessing it just loads in some scene. Yeah, loads in the Lego tutorial. All right. So let's say this will load in the tower jump level. I'm going to resave this as a Lego, like a tower win scene. So tower win. And then I'll maybe make a tower loss one that loads in when you lose the tower game. So let's find the tower win, or the win. Let's find the lose. I already did the win. Let's find lose scene, menu lose. And then we'll make a one that loads back into the tower scene again. It's going to be probably a button down here. Let's see, play button. Yep, goes into Lego tutorial. We'll load the tower. What did I call it? Tower game? Now I've lost track of my scene name. Tower jump. Tower jump. Save. Let me make sure that that's what I put in here is tower jump too. Just want to double check. Tower jump. Okay, cool. So I've got tower win, tower lose. Let's go into tower jump and make sure that it loads both of those. And then I need to make sure that my play settings, my build settings has those two new scenes that I've added instead of the old ones that I just had a second ago. So I've got menu win, menu lose. I'm going to change this to tower. Copy that. Replace menu here with tower as well. Save that. We'll go into the build settings. Vibrating nonstop. What's going on here? Build settings. What's the notification? Anything important? No. Pizza. Apparently everybody wants to sell me pizza today. Lots of pizza ads. All right, so let's add our open scene. And then we'll add in those two menu scenes. The tower win and tower lose. Let's see, where's tower lose? Let's just search for it. Tower lose. Okay, where's my lose scene? Oh, I didn't resave it as tower lose. Okay, I need to open it up. File as, save the scene as tower lose. There we go, and then we'll drop that in. Save, and now when I lose, it should go to the lose scene, say that I lost, and then let me jump right back into the game. And then when I win, it should go into the win scene and tell me that I won and let me go back in. So here, you lost. Hit try again. It's going to go back into the game, right? No? Yeah? Maybe? Yeah, there we go. We're back in the game. We can run. We can jump. And then if I lose, let's just go lose real quick. I'll go find something that can defeat me. It's a little bit hard to lose at first. Takes a second. Jump, jump, jump a bunch more. Oh, there we go. I crushed myself and lost. All right, so if I lose, there we go. Go to the you lost scene and go back to try again. All right, cool. So now I've got a good flow. I mean, assuming that my win one works. I guess I should double check my win flow. Let's go into the main tower scene, the tower jump scene. Get rid of that search field. Find tower jump. And then we'll move our character up to the top. So get Zane and just drag him right up there. I think the position for that was like 135. So it's going to type it in 135. Go to the scene view, hit F to zoom in on him. Oh, yeah, that was pretty close. And maybe a little tiny bit more, 135.5. We'll hit play. And now I just want to make sure that it goes to the win scene. So while it goes to the win scene, I'll be right back. I'm going to go release a hound. All right, she's free, and it looks like I won. And if I play again, I should be able to go right back into it, and I assume just instantly win. Let's see, I hit play again, get to the top of the tower. Ha, I won again. All right, so I've got, I think, almost all of my game flow working. I did want to play with audio a little bit, and I want to do I think a little bit of instruction right at the beginning, just telling them what to do, what to press and what to do at the beginning to get to the top. So maybe I'll add in a little dude down here that has a speech bubble that just says something. Let's find a speech. Or is it speak? S-P-E-A-K. So we've got a speak action. I think if I just drop this right down in here, I can actually add in some text right on top of it. Let's see how that works though. So find the text to say, press the button to jump. Press again to jump in the air. I just say press the button to jump. Kids will figure out to press the button twice. Should it repeat? I don't know. Let's just hit play and see. I agree. Unity is definitely great for creating games. A little bit of chat about that. It is by far the oh, whoops! I got my guy way up at the top. It's by far the easiest way to make games. I've been doing it for a very long time, and it used to be so much harder. I just wish it was this easy when I was a kid. Like the one thing that would have been really cool, like growing up now, when you can actually just get in and make a game and have like a fun, playable, real game in a day or something was totally unrealistic. I used to spend days just trying to figure out how to get a triangle to draw, get a cube to show up, or anything else. And yeah, now it's just kind of this automatic, just make a game. You get to work on the game parts instead of the other stuff. Okay, cool. So I've got instructions here. Maybe I'll do some more speech bubbles that pop up like, hey, you reached a checkpoint, or this is safe, or what. I don't know if I necessarily need to. Let's see if there's anything else where I could use some instruction. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else? I think the bad guys are pretty obvious. Oh, I do want to shorten that bad guy a little bit, though. I want to take one of his bricks off. Maybe not, though. Maybe it's difficult enough and it's just the right difficulty level. Can jump up there. I can time those jumps. Ooh, almost hit my head on the bad guy there. And we make it to the party. Okay. What else is there to do? I don't even know. I think I want to add an audio. I probably don't need a menu button. And I want to prevent you from falling off that top left area. And then, I mean, I do want to do some performance stuff, but I don't think I necessarily want to do too much of that on stream. I also want to fix that weird ground issue at the beginning. Let's see if I can adjust that real quick. Something going on with that main camera. Let's find the camera. Find our normal camera, that V cam here. And okay, it's in there. It's really, really close. So it's clipping through this ground plane is what's happening. I'm going to take the game view here, take it side by side. And I've got this little ground plane that my character is on now. Hit W and just move it in a little bit. You can see there's kind of the edge of the ground. Now, if I want, I could just move this camera out a little bit too so that it stops clipping through there. Take my, where's this camera at? And go into W mode and just move it back a little bit. It'll stop clipping through there so that it's just not showing through that ground. And then I could probably pull out the ground just a little bit and have it show a little bit more ground and still have it show the edge there. And then if I wanted, I could also make this tall, but I kind of like the darker version down there. It was supposed to look like it's dirt down below and then a green area for starting the jump and all that. I mean, it should probably look like a real tower, but I am definitely no artist. All right, so I think I like that little fix. I want to go put in the other fix right here so you can't jump off to the other side. Maybe what I'll put here is just a bad guy. Let's do that. Let's just take one of these guys. So I've got an enemy here. Enemy hazard platform. Oh, and I have that ninja bot dude too that I disabled. I don't think I want to re-enable him. Let's go find the enemy guy. This is a whole platform though. Let's go find another enemy. We'll see the process of putting in an enemy from scratch. So we'll go into the scene view. We'll go up to the top of the world, or up to the top of the tower where you have to get to. And right here, if you jump over and jump over this way again, I want to kill you. So we'll find an enemy and we'll drop him in there. We'll go to the minifigs subfolder of the MG Lego Ninjago add-on subfolder. So here's the add-ons, Lego Ninjago prefabs, minifigs. No, not minifigs, models, and then ninja bots. This has a bunch of bad guys and other things. Let's see what we can find here. Let's go take a look at the preview. And we'll just scroll through. Maybe I'll just use this guy, Garmadon. He's the main bad guy. If you jump into him, you lose. That seems easy enough. Nice and simple. So we'll take Garmadon. Go select him. Come on, Garmadon. There we go, NinjaBot Garmadon. Go into move mode. Select this guy. Drag him right over here. And then I want to give him a hazard so that he kills people. So I think I'll just change one of these bricks to be a hazard brick. Give it a hazard action. And if I remember right, that was enough. That'll just make it so that you die if you touch him. Cool. All right, we got Garmadon there. We got some bad guys. Let's set up the party real quick. So I wanted to put in a couple more minifigs to just kind of party with everybody when you get to the end. Let's put in, let's just take like the first couple. We got Cole here. Rotate him. Make him not a player so we don't auto win. Just check the untagged option. And then we'll take, let's say, I don't know, who's Jacob? We'll take Jacob. Turn him around. Get him in there. And then let's get one more. Let's go with Kai. What, the red ninja? There we go. Drop the red ninja in right here. So you're just kind of, you'll run right past him. All right, let's set these guys to untagged as well. Kind of make sure they're all untagged or else they'll all set off the win condition. And then I think I want to save my scene and play through my game and see if it just kind of works. Might almost be there. I mean, I still want to add audio, I guess, a little bit more. Well, here, let's turn on audio. Oh, let's see how it sounds for everybody. I'm going to turn on my audio. I'm going to unmute. And we'll see what it sounds like. Hopefully I don't hear myself talking as well. Double check that. All right, so jump. And jumping. What is going on there? That was weird. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, it's like shadows on the no, there's something up at the top. What is making the shadows? Something's doing something with the lights. I don't know what. Very interesting. Ah, I missed my jump. All right, come on, I can make it. Let's see if we make this jump. I gotta figure out what's going on with that weird lighting, but come on, I gotta make this jump. Okay, so jump, and jump, and then slow wait, and there we go, make it up. That is so strange. Okay, so we made it to the party at the top of the tower, and we win, and then you won. All right, so let's figure out what's going on with weird light stuff there. I guess they probably would accept the prize and bow towards their sensei. I don't know. I think it just makes them, I think it makes everybody face the camera as soon as you do that. So what's going on with the lights here? I'm gonna hit play. I'm curious. Is something spawning some lights at runtime and making things weird? Or what? I thought my lighting was all set to baked right now. Very strange. All right, if anybody sees what's going on, please let me know because I'm missing something. Something's going on with the lighting there. What is it? Why is it? Or is this just something with the camera settings? What the heck is that? I don't know. I'm not sure what I did there. Something strange is messing up my lighting. Let me adjust my, oh, I clicked out of play mode. I think it might be something with the camera, but I don't know why it looks like that. It looks very strange. Something strange going on. Let's see, go find my camera. Yes, that is Unity Carol. Hello again out there, everybody. By the way, again, just thanks again, everybody that's here with us live and just joining. This is a lot of fun having a lot of people in here getting some thoughts. Ooh, it could be the I wonder if it's the text. The text is one of the few things that we've changed. Let's hit play. I'm gonna turn off the text HUD and see if it's doing something strange. See if that's what's going on. If you stay on the ground, the camera dips during that period. It's like it's real. Yeah, that. Oh, is the camera pulling in? Oh, okay. Okay. I see what's happening. When he changes directions, the camera is why is the camera pulling in when he rotates? Oh, is it because the way that it's set to offset off of him? Let's find the VCam. So we find that normal view VCam. Right now it's set to be offset at 10 off of him. Oh, okay. So I need this to be different. Which one do I want this to be on? I think I want to use a track. Maybe what's happening is it can't offset based off of him. I don't want to use track dolly though. That's a little too complicated or more than I need. There's what do I want to use? Framing transposer. So watch the position here. If anybody remembers the setting here for this, please let me know too. Wait, why is it not happening now? What the hell? Now I'm a lot of bit confused. Let's stop playing. Oh, is it because my offset my offset got reset? But then why wasn't it? I bet that's what it is. It's because I'm using the offset here. Yeah. So I bet if I set this down to 0. And the reason for that is because I'm rotating my character around. So now it was trying to track what happens. Here, let me just pause it real quick and explain this to everybody. So when I'm here and I have an offset in my it's probably the Z because I'm rotated. But when I have an offset that's going out this direction, it's going to actually look at the position off this direction. And I shouldn't have had an offset in one of those directions because when he flips around, it's then looking at the offset way over here. So it's pulling the camera in closer to get to that same distance from the offset. So I actually need to have whatever my settings were need to be cleared on either the Z or the X. My guess is it's the Z. So let's actually just clear out the Z. Resume. No, it must be the X. So I'll change it on the X to a 0. And then this was what, like a 2 point something? I don't know why I had this at a 2 point something. It could probably just be a 0. Yeah, that's good. So let's stop playing. I'm going to reset this. I'll just set the tracked Y to whatever. I'll make it 4, round it up a little bit. So it's just a little bit above, and then we'll set these to 0. And the reason that the tracked Y was at 4, by the way, is just to kind of pull the camera up a little bit above the character's head. In fact, let's go up to like a 6. And then let's maximize on play real quick, and then play through. Make sure that it still looks good and everything looks right. And then we'll just, yeah, I guess go from there. Just checking out chat. Yeah, when something goes wrong, delete the camera and re-add it. I have done that more times than I would like to confess. All right, so now we're not getting that weird camera issue. That was strange. Yeah, I thought it was something with the lights, but it's just the camera pulling in and moving itself around. All right, all these bricks build up. We got stuff going. Oh, I almost killed myself and crushed myself. Let's jump. So there was a little bit of mention about adding a timer. I thought about doing that, but I think I'd rather add in a character picker that allows you to select, if we have enough time, that allows you to select your character right at the beginning so you can pick who you're going to run with. Let me see though, because I think that just, as silly as it is, it'll add more replayability because you can beat it with multiple guys and they could have slightly different settings. All right, so I make it to the top. Gameplay works. All right, let's save, do a commit, and then let's add in the option for, what was my option for? Oh, selecting a character. So I'm going to save my scene off. We'll go into Unity Collaborate. She's going to collab for our source control. Check all of our changes, which is a decent number of things. And then we'll put in a commit message. So I've got a working gameplay loop and publish. Once that's done, we'll go through and figure out how to do a quick character selection. Let's do that in the maybe I'll do that in the menu scene. There's already a menu. Menu lose, menu win, and menu intro. Let's see. Name of your game. Yeah, let's just use this one. We'll save the scene as tower intro. Yeah, I think I'll do it that way. So do tower intro. We'll give it a name. Where's the name field here? I guess it's under this menu. Title. Let's drag this layout down here. Let's call this Ninja Tower. Get to the party. Gotta climb to the top of the tower and get to the party. Actually, it doesn't really fit. It kind of shrinks the text down. So we'll just leave it as Ninja Tower for now. And then I want to add in a ninja selection. So let's find our minifigs. We've got, let's see, Zane will be one of the options. So take Zane. I'm just going to drag him here under my menu. I'm going to reset his transform. I'm guessing it's going to be very difficult to show Zane right here. So I might just show a picture of him. I don't know how well these models are just going to show up in a menu versus normal stuff. A lot of times it's easy to show 3D models in a menu, but with the way that these Lego dudes are set up, I'm not so sure. So let's hit F, go find him real quick, and then we'll try scaling him way up and see if we can see him. So hit E. Whoosh. Oh yeah, that's right. This is a problem. You can't scale these dudes. They have a scale enforcement thing on them that's locking it down. So I don't think I'm going to be able to rescale him. So instead, I'll just take some quick screenshots. We'll make or actually, let's just find a picture of Zane. There's got to be 1.5 billion screenshots of Zane. Just take one of their actual images of Zane. Let's see, maybe from the Ninjago wiki. Let's see what I can find here. Current cloak. Here we go. Let's just take a picture of him. Copy Zane. Let's do save. Save image as. We'll drop this down into our downloads folder, and then let's go with at least one more. Let's add in Naya. So we got another one here. NYA Ninjago. And then find another picture. Oh, here we go. These images are all like they've got like all the different versions of them. Interesting. Where's the normal? Is it this? I just want a red ninja. She's like a pink ninja, right? That's just not what she looks like in the game. Let's see, images. I'm gonna find one that matches this ninja. I guess that's close. Kind of close. Yeah, this is her. Let's do save image as. Okay. I'll put in some images here as temporary ones, and then you obviously, if you want to put in real cool buttons and stuff, you can. But I think I need to get some cool screenshots of these dudes. Actually, let's do that. Let's make some screenshots. Let's just, instead of making ugly images that don't match, I'm just gonna take some screenshots. We'll turn off gizmos. I'm just gonna select this dude right here. Hit print screen. And there, I've got a Zane option. Let's see if I can just cut this down. I'll just trim it. So do a little selection. Got Zane right there. And then we'll copy that. Make a new document. Paste it in. How do I crop in here? I never remember how to use this thing. Using Snagit. We'll save this as Zane. All right, I got one image down. Then let's do the other character. So we got Zane. And then let's go into Naya. Where are you at? There we go. Do the exact same thing, just unselect so that we don't have them selected. Click. Get our screenshot. Open it up. And then we'll just crop this down, just like the other one. Okay, there we go. Got that. And then drag this side in. I'm a terrible, terrible artist, by the way. So if you want to make games, just remember you don't necessarily need to be an artist, but you should probably find someone who can. I usually just start with my versions of stuff and then allow other people to make better ones. Let's do Lloyd too. I'm going to get all 3 of them. So we'll have 3 characters to pick from instead of just 2. We get 3 characters here. And we can adjust the settings for them if we want, or we can leave them all the same. I think I'll start with them the same and then maybe make them a slightly different, like give one of them a triple jump and give one of them a different speed or something like that. So you have some variety. All right, we got Lloyd's image here dragged in. Let's save this as Lloyd. Lloyd, and these are all just in this Snagit folder. You can see all of my thumbnails with beautiful screenshots and stuff. All right, so now I've got my 3 images. Let's go find them and open them up. I'm going to take these and drag them just into my root. Let's make a, let's call this headshots folder. Where did my folder go? I tried to right click and create a folder, but I don't think it created. Create folder headshots. There we go, and we'll open up that headshots folder. I'm going to take those character headshots that I've got from my Snagit folder. Got my Zane, my Naya, and my Lloyd, and we'll just drag them right in. I'm going to make them all into sprites so I can use them on the UI. So change it from texture type default to sprite, and then hit apply with all 3 of them set up, or all 3 of them selected, so now they're all sprites. And then I can go back into my scene, go find my menu. Let's delete Zane completely. And where we've got the play button, let's add a new button above it. So I'm going to right click and we'll hit UI and choose button. We'll make a button that's, oh, there you can see the button. Let's hit escape F. We'll go into 2D mode so I can see the button here and actually view it. And the first thing I want to do is just change the image. I'm going to drag in Lloyd as the first sprite and then hit set native size. So now I've got a big old fancy sprite of Lloyd. I'll call this my Lloyd button, L-L-O-Y-D, or my Lloyd button, and we'll just drag it over here. Now I'm going to duplicate that, and we'll make another button for Zane and another one for Naya. So duplicate it twice, NYA button, and a Zane button. Drag in the 2 images. So I got Zane here, and on Naya, we'll drag in Naya. We'll drag these out so that they're next to each other. Now, I should probably have transparent backgrounds and have it look right and stuff, but I'm not going to do that right now. For now, we're just going to assign all 3, make all 3 of these buttons, make it so that when you click on one of them, you get that character and you jump right into the game. You don't have to hit play. You just literally pick your character and start playing the game. So let's resize these buttons a little bit. Actually, let's zoom out. What does my game view look like in 1920 by 1080? Ooh, atrocious. All right, let's see it with these things scaled out. So let's adjust this. I'm going to make a panel here underneath my menu that will hold all of these as side-by-side buttons. So something that will be like a horizontal layout panel. Make a UI and a panel, and that's about the position of the panel that I want. Inside the panel, add a horizontal layout group. So go add component, add a horizontal layout group. It'll just put things side by side that are children of it. And then I'll take all 3 of these and make them children of the panel. And you can see that they got resized, or not really resized, but realigned to be side by side. Now I can adjust this panel and just make it stretch to fit my parent. And the parent here is probably set to be stretched. Okay, it's set to stretch to fit the entire screen. So the goal here, or the way that this is set up, is that it's just going to fill out whatever screen size I've got. And I want to shrink these down a little bit. I think what I want to do now is just adjust the size of these. I'm going to maybe divide these by 2. So just do divided by 2, and right in here, divide by 2, shrink them down to quite a bit smaller. And then I'm going to change the horizontal layout group and make it center. So instead of upper, middle, actually, let's go middle center so that it centers them kind of right there. Let's go take one more look at this. So I've got my characters. I've got my game name there. I'm going to take my panel. Let's move this panel down the top of the panel. Grab the rect transform tool. Come on, top of the panel. Grab the tool. There we go. And drag it down. I'm going to turn off that background image. And then what do I want to do with this? I mean, I like that I've got my buttons here, but I really don't like the way that this looks as soon as I resized it into a side-by-side view. When in free aspect, I was like, oh, cool, I got lots of space there. But we're not really necessarily going to be in free aspect. I don't really want to make this responsive. I want to make this work in 1920 by 1080. So I think what I'm going to do is hide the play button completely. I don't need that. And I'm going to hide the other menu button and control stuff. I'm not really allowing anybody to do anything with controls. And I think if it's in a installation or something, I don't want people doing controls either. And then let's just resize this a little bit more. Let's allow it to control the child size of the width and the height so that it'll just resize them. It's going to kind of scale them a little bit strange, but it's going to lock them into the position at least. And then we'll set up the buttons. So we've got the buttons here. Let's give them just the name, I think. LLOYD. We'll change the text color to like a white. I'm wondering if I even need the text on here. I think I'm going to delete it. Let's go find all of the text and just delete it. We could put their names on them if we want, but if they're picking the ninja, they should just know which ninja they want. So they'll pick a ninja, and we'll make that just start playing. So what does the play button do? Let's take a look at it. It's got a custom button script on it that, okay, does some extra stuff, but essentially it calls load scene. And then what else does it do? Oh, it plays a brick snap sound. I don't care too much about that. So it plays the load scene button dot load scene. Okay, and then it's got a load scene button method on it. So we just need to add that onto all of these. We could probably just copy this button, to be honest, and paste it right onto all of those components, and then just set up another option on this load scene button so that it loads and sets something. So it loads and selects a character or something. Or maybe we'll just add a select character button to, or select character component. We'll do that. So let's copy component on the load scene button. We'll add it to all three of these buttons. We'll paste. Right click and paste component as new. Now I've got this set up here. I want to change it from Lego tutorial though to Ninja Tower. It's Ninja Tower, right? I can never remember the name of my game. Tower jump, tower jump, tower jump. Got to change that. So tower jump. All right, now I've got my load scene button set up. Let's get the custom button script copied over. So I'll copy my, do I want to copy this? No, I'm not going to copy that. I don't need the custom colors or anything else. Instead, I'm just going to go to the button. We'll take the load scene button, call load scene on it. There we go. It's going to now load our scene when we click the button, at least for Lloyd. Let's do it for Naya and Zane as well. Hit plus. We'll select the child that they've got there. And then we'll go choose the load scene button and choose load scene. All right, so now they're all going to load the scene, but we also want them to select the character. So let's make a script to do a select character. We've got the load scene button. I'm just going to open up this script, and we'll just write in a new thing that's maybe like a select player button. Or yeah, what's that? Public class select player button, be a mono behavior. And in here, we'll just have a method that selects the player, that sets the player as a static thing. So say public, what do we have? A one button minifig controller is what our character is. One button minifig controller, and I'll hit Alt Enter. We add in the reference, the using statement there. In fact, I could probably just shove this into the Unity namespace. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just shove this right into that namespace. So I'll go up here, add it into the namespace instead. So that way I don't need a using statement when I move it out. So we've got the one button minifig controller. Oh, one button. What's wrong with that? Let me go find the script here. Let's find the one button minifig controller. This is the script that I want to reference. It's in unity.lego.minifig. Okay, so I'm going to move this down. Yeah, I'm going to move this out of there. I'm going to move it out of the UI section, or out of that. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to move it out of there. And then we'll add in the reference to it, but I'm not sure why it's missing. Let's move this to its own file. Make sure that I'm not playing. Okay, and we've got our player reference here. Reference, why does it want to import the reference to it? It already has a reference to that. I just want the using statement. That's weird. Maybe it's just bugged out and doesn't know that it has a reference to it. No, it's just not finding it. Interesting. Okay, well, let's just choose a game object. It doesn't matter. We'll just use game object and call this selected player. I was trying to be specific with the type there, but it really doesn't matter. And figuring out what's going on there with the assemblies is just not worth our time right now. Let's make a public method now, a public void select player. And that's just going to say selected player equals this, or let's say underscore player. Now we don't have an underscore player, and our selected player is not static like I wanted. So I'm going to make this static. We'll make it have a public getter so that it can be read from anywhere, and a private setter. So we just turned it from a field into a property that can't be accessed or written by anything outside of here, but it can be set by things inside of it. So it can be set inside this class and read outside of the class. We'll hit Alt Enter now and generate a serialized field for the player here. The player is going to be a game object. We're just going to assign the player character. And then, do we have anything else? Select player, selected. There we go. I missed the word there, the ED. So now we've got select player method. We'll set our selected player to this object. Then we can just read this selected player when we start up our game and spawn them into our game, or select them as the active one if they're the active game object. All right, we'll save this off. We'll jump back into Unity. We'll go find our 3 buttons here. Go add that select player button script to it. SELECT player. Why is it not showing up? Let's see. Can I do a build? Let's make sure I don't have any build errors. Oh, no, I have an error here. What is it? It's probably an extra closing brace or something. Let's see. KD, clean up my formatting, save, do a build. I might have just not saved my file too. It's very possible that this file just wasn't saved. Control-Shift-B, by the way, in Writer or Visual Studio as a default just does a build and tells you if there are any errors. All right, looks like we're good. Now I should be able to add my select player script. Let's go drop that on. Oh, hey, thanks, Steven, for the super chat. Sorry, I just saw this pop up a minute ago. I don't know how long ago that was there. I had the window up behind something else. Appreciate it. Thanks again. All right, let's jump in, get our button attached. Now we should have the select player button. There we go, got that attached. Now I'm just going to select the different prefabs. So for Lloyd, we'll choose Lloyd. Actually, maybe I'll just do this by name instead of doing it by prefabs. That way I could actually separate them out. Well, let's just go find the Lloyd prefab for now. I'm thinking that maybe I'll just split them out and do it not using the game object reference, but just using the string name. But I think I'll probably just extract the string name out of it instead of making an extra change that isn't going to make any difference at all. All right, so we'll take on Lloyd, we'll drag the Lloyd prefab in. Beautiful. We'll find Naya, do the same, drag the Naya prefab in. And then for Zane, we'll drag the Zane prefab in. All right, so now I've got 3 buttons. I should be able to press it, select a character, and start. Now, it's not going to actually select the character. It's just going to start the game with whatever character I've got, but it's going to set the selected character so I can now use it. I hit the character. Let's see. Did it loading into my scene? Okay, so yep, it loaded my scene, but again, I got the wrong character. I didn't get the one that I actually clicked on. So let's make it so our main scene now actually shows that, or plays, or lets you pick the character that you want. I'm going to go into our tower jump. And then what we can do is just cheat and just check to see if that script is set on the character, or well let's just write the code. I'm going to try to explain it, but if I try to explain it, it's not going to make sense. If I just write the code and show you, I think it'll make a lot more sense. So let's find Zane, and let's add a character selector script. We'll just make a new script here in our scripts folder. This will be our second script. I'm going to have to make 2 different scripts. Trying to do this without creating any new ones, but I guess 2 it is. So I'll call this character selector. Whoops, I spelled selector wrong. Let's see if I can hit F2 and rename that and fix it. There's no G in selector. All right, we'll open that up and then make sure that the class itself gets renamed as well. Yeah, it's got a G in here. That'll cause all kinds of problems. So we've got a character selector script. Now on this one, I just want to implement the on enable. So say on enable, and first thing we're going to do is check to see if we're a player. So say if compare tag to player. So if we are a player, if we're not a player, then I don't want to do this because we've got all those characters up top that are using the same minifig things. And if we happen to use one that matches, I don't want that thing to get toggled off because it's not a player. So if we have that script there, or if we're a player, then what we want to do is check to see if our GameObject.name is equal to the character selection or select player button dot selected player dot name, then we won't disable ourselves. So otherwise, we'll disable ourselves. So let's say if it's not equal to, then we'll say GameObject.setActive false, and we'll write out a little entry debug.log disabled, and let's pass in our GameObject.name. because we disabled ourselves because we weren't selected. And we'll say what our selected one was too. So selected was, and then we'll put in the selected name. So say select player button dot game selected player dot name. Okay, I think that's good. The one thing I want to check too is that we actually have a selected player. So if selected player is null, then we want to be able to. So we want to say if it's a player and selected player is not equal to null. Because if we don't have anything selected, we just loaded that scene up. We want it to just start with whatever character was in there. That way we don't have to go to the menu scene to debug and test things. All right, let's save, do another build with Control-Shift-B, and then we'll hit play one more time. And I expect to be able to select our character. Oh, we're not going to hit play yet. First, we're going to assign this script. Then I expect that we'll be able to do it. Somebody's asking what the editor was. Yes, it's Rider, JetBrains Rider, my favorite editor. I think sometime soon during the GameDev show, we might start giving away a couple free licenses. So make sure you're subscribed and pay attention to the show coming up on Sunday, and we'll see when those start to happen. But they've actually approved to give out a couple of them, which is really cool. It's, again, my favorite editor by far. I switched to it probably 2.5 years ago, and I can't imagine switching back. It's just, I love it. It makes things so much easier. Saves me a lot of time. It's very, very worthwhile. And they got a free trial, and they have a bunch of student stuff available too. All right, let's go select all of my characters. Kai, Jacob, and Cole. Where's Naya? Where are all these characters? Let me go find them. Okay, so these are the ones up at the top. These aren't the characters that I care about. Let me find the ones that I actually care about. Let's create a folder here for the party. Create an empty folder. Party characters. These are the guys up at the top of the tower here having the birthday party or whatever it is. So Woo is definitely in there. Who else is there? Let's see. We've got Woo. We've got Jacob. We've got Cole. And then we've got, what is this guy? Kai. Okay, so these guys are the party characters. Those ones should all not be marked as players. If you look at the tags, they're all not set to player. They're all untagged. And then these are my actual player characters. I've got Zane, and that's it. Let's make a couple more. So let's go select Zane. And first, let's add the script to him. So I've got the character selector script. And then let's create another guy. We'll do Naya. Drop her in, same position, I guess. So let's see, let's copy it from Zane. Right click, there we go, copy component. Go to Naya and paste component. I'm gonna take Garmadon and drag him to the enemies folder too, get him out of there, and that platform guy. Get him out of the root. And then, what's this, disabled rock? Okay, we'll get rid of that too. So there we got Zane, Naya, and Lloyd all here. Let's enable Lloyd as well. Okay, actually, I want them all at Lloyd's position. So I'm going to copy his position, select Zane and Naya, and then paste over the transform, paste component values. Now, Zane has the character selector. I need to add that to Lloyd and Naya. So I'll just select them both and add the character selector script. Save. And then first, let's just disable two characters. Let's disable Zane and Lloyd. And then let's make sure that Naya works because I haven't actually set her up yet. So if I hit play right now, I expect that she won't disable herself and that she'll just kind of run around with WASD. That's kind of what the default should be with this character. Yep, I can WASD and run her around and jump. So this is another thing too. If you wanted to change the controls of this and make it just freeform, and that's pretty much all there is, right? You just do this. So let's stop playing now and make it so that she uses the one button mode instead. So to do that, we'll add the one button, ONE, one button minifig controller, and we'll remove the other minifig controller component. And then I'll save that off. Now I've got them all in here. I'm going to enable all of the characters, save, and then go to my menu. So if I go to that menu scene, which I think, did I put it in here? Tower intro. There we go. I should now be able to press play, pick the character that I want, and then have it disable the other one. So let's start with Naya right here in the middle. Oh, that didn't quite work. I still have Zane here. Naya's still there, but Zane appeared as well. Why did Zane show up? Let's go find him. Zane, what are you doing? Zane's here. He's got the character selector script on him. The selected character shouldn't have been him, so he should have turned himself off. Let's go check the logs. Okay, there's a lot of crap in the logs here. What is going on here? Let's hit collapse. All right, just a bunch of spam errors. These are probably from the collaborate window. Okay, we never got the log for the character selector. Let's see. Let's hit play. I'm gonna unmaximize. I'm just gonna try enabling and disabling Zane. Interesting. He just turned himself. So I turn him on. And why does he turn himself back off? Let's try this again. Disable, enable. We hit a breakpoint, just like I expect. We should say that we're selected players. No. Oh, ha. Okay, I know what the problem is. So everybody that's watching, if you already called it out, thank you. But if not, the issue is in that menu. So I set up the menu, set up the intro stuff, set up the buttons, and I made that new script. But you know what I didn't do? The one thing that I almost never remember to do. Assign the stuff. So I've got these buttons down here. The buttons have an on click, and the buttons need to call into their select player and call the method on it. So I'm going to select all of these. Hit plus, we'll take the select player, drag it up, and then find the select player method right here. So select player on that script. So this is the one that's setting that value in there. The problem I was running into is that nothing was getting set as the selected player, so it wasn't working. All right, let's play. All right, and hit the button. All right, by the way, if you're still watching, don't mind hitting the like button, thumbs up, and all that stuff. I appreciate it. It does help. So please go tap that. All right, so she got selected, but I don't think I finished setting up her minifig controller. Let's go do that real quick. Go back into the scene one more time, into our tower jump, and we'll go find Naya. And I think that the issue here is just that we didn't set her up to run by default. So let's go do that now. Let's make her move by default. We'll make her move continuously. For the speed, let's make her move maybe a little bit faster. Maybe she'll move at like 12 instead of 10. And then we'll give her a jump when pressed. And I think I'm going to give Naya 2 jumps instead of 1. So since she's already moving a little bit faster, which I think is going to make it a little bit more difficult, I'll give her an extra jump. So she's got an extra jump, but maybe I'll reduce the power of her jumps by just a little bit. So instead of 20, there'll be like a 17. So you might need a triple jump to make some of the jumps with her, but she'll be able to jump higher. All right, that I think is pretty cool. Let's save that, and then let's go to Lloyd. And Lloyd, I think I'll just make him move a little bit slower. So instead of his speed going up by 2, I'll bring it down by 2, and then we'll increase his jump height. So instead of giving him an extra jump, we'll make him move slower and jump higher. So Lloyd will be kind of, I don't know, easier to play. It'll be a little bit hard, and Zane will be in the middle, I guess. I don't know how that'll actually play out, though. I guess we'll see in a second. All right. So we're in. Oh, I've got all 3 characters here, and theoretically, I could just jump them all. That. Now, one thing to note, obviously, I don't want to keep it like this, is that look at the character that's being followed. No matter what character is on, my camera is still set up to follow this guy. So I need to do one more change. I need to make a script for my camera to make my camera follow the correct character. So let's do that now. Let's make a quick little camera character selection script so that it selects the correct character. What's this zoom in view? The zoom in view is locked. This one is the one that I need to change it on. So let's make a camera lock, or a lock camera to player script. I'm just going to do that. We'll just make a quick script here. Create C# script. Lock camera to player. And again, there are lots of different ways that we could do this, but I think I'm just going to change the follow target and make the follow target be whatever the selected character is. I think that'll probably be the easiest way to make this happen. So we'll do the same thing. We'll just do an on enable. Let's go find the character selector script here. We'll find the on enable. We'll just copy that entire method out of it. Go into our, where's my script? Lock camera to player. Paste over the on enable. Come on enable. It's paste. And then we're going to check. We don't want to check to see if this thing is the player. What we instead want to do is find the object that matches this selected player's name. So we'll say if selected player button is not equal to null, or if the selected player is not equal to null, there we go. Then we'll do a game object dot find not find object of type, just game object. Let's game object dot find. And I mean, if you've seen me write code before, you probably say like, you always say don't use game object dot find. It's not a good thing to use generally because names change and stuff breaks. In this case, it doesn't matter. This is a game jam project. It's something that I'm not going to be updating and renaming these characters like that. I'll never rename a Ninjago character. They've got their own name, so I don't have to worry about it here. I'm just going to use find. We'll find the object by that selected player name. So I'll copy this name here and paste it in. Let's zoom this in a bit more and make it a lot more obvious what we're doing. So we're finding that player. Say var player equals that. And then what we're going to do is set that as our look at target. So let's go find where we set the look at target on our camera. If I remember right, we're going to have to go down a couple levels here or something. So let's say, oh, actually, you know what? Let's do this the other way. Let's do this I think I want to do this. Let me show you how to make it work slightly different so that we don't have to change the follow and the look at here of this. So we can actually just lock them onto a oh, no, I'm like up in the air. I think I will just allow us to change it. Let's drop this lock on script here. And we need to change the follow and the look at of the Cinemachine virtual camera. So let's get that component. Let's say get component var vcam equals get component. And we want to get a Cinemachine virtual camera. Alt enter. And let's see if I can spell it right. Did I spell it right? There we go. Cinemachine virtual camera. Got it. So we get our vcam, and in the vcam we have follow transform and a look at transform. I'm just going to set the follow transform to the player. So I said equals player.transform, and then we'll say vcam.lookat equals player.transform as well. Now the thing I was considering doing was setting up an object that follows the player around, and then you make that the target. That's one of the tricks that I've done many times, but I think that just showing that you can set the look at and follow here is probably a better way to go. And it's a little bit less code, a little bit less confusing, and still gets the job done just as well. Let's hit play. Oh, not in here, not in here, not in here. Did I already hit play? I want to go back to my main scene. I think I did hit play. I think it's going to kick off. Yep. It's a little bit delayed. Not an issue. There we go. I've got all my characters. Yep. Let's stop playing and jump back to the main menu now and see if I can go with a single character. And then we'll do a build, publish it up, and let everybody else play, see what the characters feel like and all that. And then maybe over the weekend, I'll work on some performance fixes as well. All right, we'll go into the tower intro. I'm going to hit play. And I also need to make it so that when you win or lose, you go right back to this scene instead of going back into the... or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll make it so you just have to reload to reselect a character. I don't know. Go select Naya. She's got the triple jump. Yep, she definitely has the triple jump, but she doesn't seem to be getting followed. Why is that? Let's go find that vcam script. So under my cameras, I've got that vcam. Oh, what have I done here? My vcam has the look player script. Okay, sorry. I left the code that disables the object down below it too. So my vcam was turning itself off. All right, let's stop playing one more time and we'll play again. I literally had my code in there so that it was selecting the character, following the right character, and then just killing the camera. I'm going to go into my my menu scenes. Let's fix this whole game flow real quick. I'm going to go into the root. We'll go into the win scene. And in the win scene, instead of loading into play again, we're going to load tower intro. So I'm going to copy tower intro onto my clipboard. Go find the button. Go find that play button. And then we'll paste in tower intro. Save that. And I'm going to do the same thing in tower lose. So in tower lose, when you lose, we'll go down and let you reselect your character. That way you can choose your player. And then in the tower intro, I think I want to adjust this canvas just a little bit. Let's go find the title here. I'm going to hit F. Go into 2D mode, and I want to drag this up a bit. Let's move that up here. Like that. And then I'm going to add in another text down below it that just tells them to pick their character. Or choose your, I'll make it like choose your ninja. It should probably use a different font or something. I don't know. Save and play. All right, now we've got a full game loop, I think. I don't know. We'll do a playthrough real quick. If it works, then we'll do a publish it, or a publish so everybody else can play it. And yes, we're still doing the game dev show on Sunday. There's a question about that. That is definitely still in the plans. All right, so we click the ninja. We get in, we run around, we jump, jump, jump. This is the triple jump ninja. Go Naya. Ah, she's definitely a little bit harder, but interesting because the triple jumping. Yeah, she definitely jumps a lot. All right, we're almost there. I probably should have full screen to the side. Here, let's do that. Let's maximize. Make it big. Come on, maximize, maximize. There we go. Now you guys can see the full screen. Jump. There, let's see if I can make it up. Gotta do triple jumps everywhere to make it up anything. Oh no. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna make. I'm just gonna lose instead. Let's go through the lose gameplay because I don't think I'm good enough with her to make it through. All right, I died. Oof. And you lost. Try again. I probably should get rid of that menu option completely. It doesn't do anything, and it's got a hot dog there. Oh, try again. Didn't work. That went back in and reloaded. Let's go back into that scene. I must have messed that up. So if I save, let's go into my lose scene. Lose button. It went to tower intro. That's weird. Why didn't it go to the game? Let me hit play once. Let me just click the button. Oh, tower intro could not be loaded. Oh, it's not in my asset bundle. Oh, okay, here's the problem. If I go to build settings and I look at my scenes and build, I've added my win, my lose, and my jump, but I haven't added that intro scene, which actually is going to be my beginning scene. That's going to be like my first scene. So let's hit play now. I should be able to jump into it from my lose or my win scene. There we go. Go select some Lloyd. And we can jump, get over here. Look at this, looking good. This is not the right character though. This is Naya. I picked Lloyd. Why do I have Naya? Let's go see if I can figure that out. I wonder if it's my button there is set to Naya instead of Lloyd. I'm gonna go die real quick though, and just see what happens. I just want to make sure that flow still is good after I die. There we go. Jumped up, hit my head, and died. Lost. I should go back to the menu. Weird. I went back into the game. I wonder if I'm like clicking the button through there or something. Yeah, I probably should show like the select the ninja, show some animation or something. Maybe even just do like a 3D selection scene where you click on a character or something. But I just showing those models in a UI, I don't think is the easiest thing. Or at least there's a little bit more to it because I can't just easily rescale them. So I was trying to kind of shortcut it and give us something that we could use. Let's go into this tower intro, and I want to make sure that my characters are actually set up right. My guess is that these buttons are all set up to select Naya instead of selecting what I want them to do. So let's see, I've got Lloyd. Lloyd selects Lloyd. Naya selects Naya. Zane selects Zane. So what the heck is going on? Oh, I know what the issue is here. The select player call needs to happen probably before the load scene. Let's move that up. I really want that to happen first. So I'm going to remove the load scene. Let's hit plus and let's add in the load scene afterwards so that we actually make sure that we select the player before we load into the scene, because I think we might stop calling these events and just not be getting our player selected. Let's call select player here. No, not select player. Load scene button and load scene. I mean, probably what I could do is just have a load scene with player that does both. That way I don't have two events. What's the load scene button? It literally just calls a load scene method. Let's just do that. Let's go into our character selector here, and not the character selection, the character selection button, select player button. We'll select the player and then we'll load in the scene name. So we'll just add in a field for a scene name. First we'll add the using statement, and then we'll add in a scene name. I'm going to add an underscore just because my habit is with my serialized fields, I put an underscore in front of them. And for the name, I'm going to default it to tower jump. That way I don't have to remember to go in there and fix it in a second when I re-add it on here. Now I can remove those load scene buttons that I've got because I'm just doing it in my select player. And I can, let's see, this is Zane. Oh, look at that. Zane was calling Naya's script. Interesting. So now Zane is calling Zane's button. I bet Lloyd was doing the same. Yeah, look at that. Lloyd was calling select player on Naya. That's the issue. He needs to call select player. And it's from me batch updating these or batch setting these. So I'm going to choose select player. And then I'm going to remove the load button one because, again, I just removed that component. Don't need it. And then we'll do the same here. So we'll remove this call. We'll call into select player button. And we'll call select player, which is going to set our player and load our scene. And then we'll remove that button to load. Save. And I think we now have a full working game. Oh, somebody loved Vanguard. I loved Vanguard too. Did I ever meet Brad McQuaid? Yes. Me and Brad were very good friends. It was really sad when he died. I actually used to go play cards at Brad's house almost every Friday. Really miss the dude. He's a really cool guy. I remember the first time I met him was playing Magic. We actually went over there and playing with a terrible, terrible goblin deck. And I was surprised at how nice he was and kicking everybody's butt with a bunch of power cards and stuff. It was a lot of fun though. Not the best Magic player, but a really fun guy. A really nice guy, really fun guy to hang out with. All right, let's see. Let's jump. Okay, I've got Naya here. This is the one that I was... Maybe I want to give her more of her jump power back. I don't know. I'll leave it as is for now. Let people play. Let's see if I die. Takes a little while to die. There we go. I'm dead. And I try again. Go back to the menu, I hope. Nope. Why is it going back to here? I have a feeling it's just it's like I'm clicking the button here or something whenever I hit play again. All right, so I've got my other character. So maybe I'll just leave it at reloading the page now to pick a new character. I think for now I'm going to publish and answer a couple chat questions, and we'll just talk, chat, and get this thing out there so everybody can play it. So I got build settings. I'm going to go in. I'm in a WebGL build. Again, if you do this yourself, make sure that you go to player settings and then go down to publish settings right here and disable this compression format option. If you disable that when you do your WebGL build, you can just drag it right up into a Simmer or Itch or something and make a really quick upload and share your game. So a couple questions here. One was, how is this chair treating me? It's okay. I actually did a video about it, but I ended up not publishing it. So this is that Razer Isker chair. I got it because my back was hurting a lot, and it's got some really good lumbar support. It's I mean, it was designed, I guess, to give good lumbar support. So it's got really strong support in the back. It's like a mechanical thing that pops out. And it's pretty cool. I definitely like it a lot more than my old chair, but it does have some negatives. It has a couple little negatives, primarily just the fact that the bottom is so hard that eventually like my butt just gets sore sitting on it. It's leather and it's really firm. It has a little bit of giveaway or leeway, but it's not the softest thing. I'm still considering, like, I would like to have something that was maybe mesh and lighter, but still looked nice and comfortable. I also tried out a nice massaging Acer Predator chair, which is really cool if you're getting massage and doing stuff, but not the best for when I'm trying to focus and code, because unless I'm getting massage, it's relatively uncomfortable because there's just no support. So I would say that overall, I like the Razer chair. It's definitely not a like all in one solution though, or like the best thing I've ever sat in, like I was kind of hoping. I was hoping that it would solve all of my back problems, but it did make it, I'd say, better. It's a lot better than the little like $90 gaming chairs that you get, but it's probably not at the level of like the super high-end chairs that you can get to. So somewhere kind of like in between, and in between on the price point as well. So I mean, yeah, overall I like it, but I'm curious to see what better chairs are out there. One day, I'll get approval from the wife to get another chair. We'll see something else. I'll let you know. Build is still going. We're almost done. Let's see if there's anything else. If make a video about the yeah. I did record it, but it just didn't come out right. So Maybe I'll make another one. I found that when I do videos about non-programming stuff and non-game dev stuff, though, they tend to not be that popular. I'm not very good at it, though. Yeah, I think that the reason the chairs started getting designed like that were so there's a question about never understood why the chairs look like race seats. I think a lot of it was just I mean it was aesthetics and stuff. It was easy to do and relatively cheap to make a cool looking seat that looked like a race car chair and put it up there, and then it's kind of like a race to the bottom on who can make the cheapest one. But I don't find them extremely comfortable either. I actually find the chairs or the seats in the car tend to be more comfortable than these seats. I wouldn't mind having like a nice cozy car seat. Yeah, think of like some of the comfortable car seats. Anyway, I also have this is a standing desk, so I stand up on it on occasion. We're almost done with this build, and then we should be able to publish it out and let everybody give it a play. I want to pull up the simmer page real quick and show everybody how you upload it in here. So I've already uploaded my game. You can see I'm in edit mode now. And if I go down below, there's actually an option to upload a new version. I'm going to hit that, hit upload new version. And as soon as it finishes, all I need to do is take my builds folder, the one that I selected when I hit build and run, and drag it right up to here. And it's just going to take like 10 seconds and magically work, and you'll all be able to play it. All right, look at that. Got my test build up. It pops up in Edge. It's like the one thing that actually opens up an Edge. I'll go choose Lloyd. Oh, we got an error. That's an issue. Oh, that's not normal. Huh. Let's try reloading it. I don't know what that was. I wonder if it's something with the scene loading. Memory out of bounds. Huh. Very strange. I don't know why that's happening. Let's try this in I'm gonna try uploading it to Simmer, see if it works on Chrome in there, and then if not, we'll just go straight into a gameplay scene with one of the characters, and we'll use that as a start. And then I'll debug that stuff later offline, so you guys don't have to try to figure out what's going on with that loading issue there. All right, so I've got my Ninja Tower folder. Here's that actual folder for anybody that wants to see it. I got the build folder. I'm just gonna drag it up here. And then we will wait, there's a mention of thinking it said you have to use some Unity Play service or something. I'm not sure I need to look through the requirements. I guess before I go through the submission process and all that, I need to go through the requirements and make sure that everything is up to date and matches, or I'm meeting with all of the requirements. All right, so it's uploaded. Just did the update. Let's see if it actually plays or if it's going to give that same error. Play, and we'll choose Zane. Is it loading or erroring? Stops spinning in the background. Load slow, huh? Or it's crashing. I bet you anything this has to do with just my sheer number of towers on there. It's just those giant tower blocks stacking up, probably causing some loading issue. Interesting. All right, so I'll debug that later so you guys don't have to worry about it. And then I'll instead just go into the tower jump scene, and we'll just make, I'm going to make Zane the main character for now, since he's the one that I was planning on using later. I think I'll just make him the primary one. I'll disable the other two characters, and then we'll just do a build with it like this. So save, we'll do one more build and run with just the jump scene as the default. Oh, but then it's going to try to go into win and lose. Let's go into the game manager, and when you win or lose, we're just going to reload into the tower jump scene. So that way you don't have to sit there and wait. And we'll reload on lose in like a half a second. And then on win, yeah, we'll let you party for 5 seconds. Let's just do a build and run, push this up, and then figure out that scene workflow stuff later. And then again, I think I'll do a video on this, go through the whole process, break down some of the steps and some of the interesting things. So if you're interested in seeing that, make sure that you're subscribed as well. Get a notification about it as soon as it comes out. This build's going to take probably another 3 minutes or so. I'll check chat again, see if there's anything else going on in here. So let's see. You know how to link multiple skin mesh renderer to just one skin renderer. That's not the easiest thing to explain in here. Good question about making character select one button. Oh, okay. What was that question about making the character select one button? Let me scroll up a little bit. Did I miss it? Yeah, so I see your point. So the question is, because the character selection is actually touch screen, it's not one button. You can't actually just have like a big button and press it. That's a very good point. That's something that I need to address. I wonder what I could do for that. You know what I could do? Now that I'm thinking about it, that could be really fun and interesting is down at the bottom, have it so that on the end of each one of the things is another character. And if your guy gets all the way to the end, they swap with it or something. Or maybe part way up, you just swap your character or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about it for now. Let's see what else we've got in here. Oh, set Zane to be the camera guy. I think that's going to happen automatically. Right, because the script is there. No, it's not. It's not going to happen automatically. Thank you. Thank you for calling that out. Let's cancel the build real quick and go make sure that he's actually set up as the default. Because otherwise, he's not going to, he's not going to show up. Or the camera's not going to follow him around. That would definitely be a problem. Oh, somebody just got their air on from Herman Miller. Nearly 10 years. Best decision ever made. I've heard nothing but good stuff about those. I mean, Herman Miller chairs in general are just super popular. Everybody seems to love them. I don't know anybody that's bought one and didn't like it. Did you work with Sean Lord, a game designer on EQ1? I don't think I ever directly worked with him, no. Good question, though. Might have. My memory is I'm getting so old now. I barely remember stuff. But I didn't work on EQ1 very much myself. I got to work on EQ2 a bit and Vanguard a lot. EQ1 was just light, very little bit of stuff that I got to help contribute with there. Not really anything significant at all. Anyone know how to make a frame C#? I'm not sure what that means. Going through here. You make a timer. Oh, and then select with a button. So that is an option. Just picking and going through, like go over the characters and you hit the button to stop on the one that you want. I think that's probably what I would do. I think I can't cancel my build. It's just going to finish. Hopefully it's on the right character. If it's not, which it probably isn't, it's probably set to Naya right now. We'll just be screwed and have to do one more build and the stream will run a few minutes late. It'll be fine. Let's see. Did the build finish? Oh, don't tell me it canceled. It went through all that, waited and waited and waited, and then canceled. And Zane was the character. Oh, goodness. That's horrible. I should have never hit the cancel button. I should have just let it finish. My fault. All right, let's go in. Let's just double check that actually happened. I'm going to open up my build. Oh, yeah, my build just gave me an error. I'm going to go to the build settings. I'm actually going to just remove these other scenes completely for now. Go to my tower jump scene. Let's just triple check it. It's set to follow Zane. The manager is set to reload the tower jump scene. I'm going to save, do one more build, and I'm just removing the other scenes just to see if that helps me speed things up just a tiny little bit, strip stuff out, and shrink this build. And I won't have to have those images and won't have to have all the menu stuff in there. All right, let's see what else we've got. Yeah, so if we do like a dynamic switching or something, we'd have to switch camera following or something. We built a slightly better camera system. I don't know. Maybe next week I'll just keep making this thing and make it even cooler. I'm not really sure. Kind of up in the air on that. Oh, don't worry about the cancel. It's all good. It happens all the time. And got to wait for builds and gives us time to talk and stuff. Doesn't it cache a bunch of stuff? Yes, that's true. So since I haven't made any changes except for build settings, it's probably going to be a really quick build. If I had changed one of my scenes or scripts or something, it'd probably take a little while, but my guess is it's going to be pretty fast. Then we'll upload it. There we go. Please don't give me an error. Please no error. Please no error. No errors, no errors, no errors. Oh, we got an error. I don't know why we got an error, but let's just copy it. Let's try this in Chrome. Maybe it works fine in Chrome and not in Edge. Memory out of bounds. Interesting. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm going to try uploading it to Simmer and see if it works. So go edit, and we're going to go upload a new version. Go to continue, and then let's go find that builds folder. I'll just drag the builds folder on top of it, and then we'll see if it works when it's hosted. This is really strange. All right, so we'll do the update. And yeah, Michael's mentioning in chat that like these builds, they don't bother me at all personally because, like I said, I'm so used to builds just taking forever. Back in when I started doing game development, builds were like a minimum of like a half hour, usually like an hour or so. Why did that not work? That is strange. It's like it didn't take my my newest version of the code. It didn't even get rid of my scene. That is very, very, very weird. Like my build didn't work right. Okay, let's jump back over to Unity. I've got my builds. I'm going to delete out my entire builds folder. So I got this builds folder. I'm just going to wipe it completely. I'm going to make sure that everything is set up here. I'm going to hit play real quick too. Make sure the game works. Tower jump is set right. Tower jump is still what I've got. I didn't set anything to intro, right? Maybe I'm an idiot and I just dragged a tower intro in there. Nope. Tower jump. Game seems to work. Let's see. Yep, looks like it works. It's a little bit offset on the camera, but I can deal with that. Okay, so that's all good. Let's try one more build. We will get this working, I think. I'm not 100%. I was going to say I promise, but I don't want to lie to you. I'm not 100% sure. We'll make a builds folder here. New folder, builds. I wonder if it was just like being held onto by something and it wasn't getting rebuilt. I don't know what's going on. All right, let's see. What do we got in chat here? Have you had enough memory? Oh, so one issue could definitely be that since I swapped to this new system, let's pull up my task manager. Since I swapped to this new system when my old one died, I have not put more memory in, and we are very, very, very low on RAM. I've got pretty much nothing available, and it's all eaten up. That definitely is probably part of the problem. The fact that I'm just out of RAM. But I still shouldn't see that on anything. Like I don't want to see that error popping up for anybody, even if they're low on memory. So it's something I need to address. Have you seen my question about imposter syndrome? I did not see it, but if you want to post it again, I would gladly read it and answer the question, or maybe try to answer it at least. Let's see. Anything else in chat? Oh, each character with a timer. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Play. Yeah, and the crashing and the breaking and stuff could just be totally memory related. Oh, I wonder what that is too. Stack allocator. I mean, normally when I see the warnings and errors down there and I haven't done much, it's because there's something going on with the Unity editor version. But actually, I'm in an LTS, so I shouldn't really be expecting to see those. Kind of surprised if there are any errors. I should probably check and see what they are. Maybe there's something related to the Lego kit or my misuse and abuse of the Lego kit or something. Would not surprise me in the slightest. Watching my my memory usage just disappear, my available RAM disappear quickly too. Let's see if I can close a bunch of extra Chrome tabs and stuff. Maybe that'll help. Let's close out as much extra junk as we can. So I've got a couple Chrome tabs down there. We got Edge open. We'll close that. Got Snagit open. We can close that. Can't close Writer. We can't close any other Unity instances. And I don't know why NVIDIA control panel is down there. All right, any second now our build should finish and we'll put this thing up. All right, so let's see what the questions were. Can you give me some advice? I have strong imposter syndrome sometimes. My experience is something around 10 years in game dev, but sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough for a senior or a lead position. Okay. So there are a couple of things going on there. First off is that I've never met anybody who was a programmer that didn't have some sort of imposter syndrome along the way. In fact, it's very rare that I meet anybody that still doesn't kind of suffer from that, no matter where they're at in their career. Even starting out, people feel like they're not qualified enough to do the junior stuff. People going through and doing the more advanced stuff feel like they're not really qualified to do that. I think that it's probably, I mean, I don't know enough about human psychology to really understand why it happens, but my guess is that it just comes from not having done the things very much. I feel that it seems, at least to me, it seems that as you do things more, as you get in and just do the actual job of doing the leading, if you're doing the lead part, or doing the senior job, you'll start to, I guess, shed a little bit of that. But to be honest, it's never really completely gone away for anybody that I know. And I think that you just have to kind of push through it. What the hell is going on? See, now I'm getting it with these build errors. My build is not working. I'm getting an out of memory error, and I don't understand why. I don't know what the heck is going on. What's happening? Oh man. Okay. So here, let's close this window. I'm going to take a look at those logs now. There's a mention of, hey, you should look at the logs, and you're probably right. There's probably something going on in here that I should take a peek at. So our build finished. Nothing very useful there. Let's hit clear and play. See if anything shows up. Oh, a couple errors. That's a small issue. Let's see if anything else shows up after this. Very weird. What is with all of these allocations? I'm going to close the Unity editor real quick, reopen it, and see if those go away. Normally, those type of errors disappear, and I want to see if anything else reappears or if those just reappear as well. So I'm going to open up Unity. We'll open up our Ninja Tower project. And then we'll take a peek. Yeah, I might need to maybe just kill other things. Maybe it is just I'm out of memory issue, but I feel like there's something else going on too, because it was working a minute ago and then it just kind of stopped. You know, like everything was good and then it just kind of quit working when I added something, and I'm not sure what it is that I added that seems to have messed it up or killed the game. Let's see, we'll play again. Yeah, and I definitely agree. If you're thinking about making something for this kit, you should, or for this competition, you definitely jump in on it and just submit something. Make a little game, have a little bit of fun with it, and then put it in there. It's the best thing you can do. There's no reason not to, unless you just, I guess, maybe don't have time. But outside of that, I would say just build something, submit it, and you never know what happens. You lose everything that you don't try and don't enter. So may as well enter and see. Maybe you win. Maybe you just have fun and make some new contacts, have some fun, and build something cool, or have something cool to show off as a portfolio piece. All right, I'm gonna stop playing. Look at that log. See if the errors are still there. Okay, no errors at all. Everything looks good. I'm now going to, let's see, I've got Zane here. Only Zane. I've only got my game manager. I've got the HUD here. I'm gonna, do I disable the HUD? I kind of wanted to disable. Oh yeah, I'm gonna disable the HUD too. So all I have is the objective manager. I need the manager. I don't necessarily need the text part. I'm going to save. I'm going to do one final build and run, and please pray that this works. If it doesn't work, then I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll do another build over the weekend, and I'll email everybody and send it out to you, or just keep an ie on the page. Let's go to build settings. Got our tower jump scene here. It's added in. It's the only scene. Let me go find that camera script real quick, though. The camera script I don't need. I'm going to leave it locked on Zane. Where's the script? Lock player. Let's remove that completely. Don't need it there. And let's do a build. I just want to make sure that that's not switching it off of him and then causing some exception or something. And I believe so this Unity game jam with Lego is going on until the 5th of November. So the 5th of next month, you've got a bit of time to just go in and submit it, or build your game and submit it. But I think that generally what I would recommend, and what Unity and probably everybody would recommend, is that you build it and submit it as quick as possible. Don't wait around, because if you run into issues, you get weird performance things like I'm having right now, where you do a build and suddenly the game just doesn't work. Or if they need to make some changes, or they recommend some changes, you want to have some time to do that. So get in on it as quick as possible and just get submitted. I plan on hopefully finishing and submitting this weekend, unless things blow up like this. Maybe I'll spend a little bit more time and maybe work on it a little bit more next week, depending. Please no error. Please no error. Cringing in fear. Oh, okay. we're still getting the problem. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna upload it to Simmer, and then if anybody can play it, you can play it. Cool. If it works. If not, then I'll fix it and figure out over the weekend. I want to see if it's actually an issue for me only, or if it's an issue for everybody that the web version's just not playable. The web version was playable just a little while ago, and then it stopped. So let's go check it out. We'll go do a quick upload. So I'm going to go to my simmer.io page. We'll go upload a new version, and I'll continue. Go find my build in that builds folder. Where is that at? Ninjago builds folder. Here it is. My Ninja Tower folder. Drag that over. Snap it on. Let it upload, and then go check out this page right here, the Simmer.io page, and let me know if you can play it or if it just bugs out. I'm kind of curious. Let's do an update. My guess is it's going to load fine in here and then give me an error anyway. I don't know. It's just making me sad that it stopped working when everything was fine. Oh, there we go. What is going on here? How am I getting back to this? This doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's upload it as a new game. Let's try that. We'll make this Ninja Tower 3. Maybe Simmer's just bugging out. I bet that's what's going on. Oh, Unity is listing off the prize. Carol from Unity is sharing the prizes now for the Game Jam. So if you're interested, check out the chat. A chance to win, or yeah, you can have a chance to have your game playable in the Lego stores. We'll do this as Ninja Tower 3, a 1-year Unity Pro subscription, which is like what, $1,500 or something. Definitely worth it. Okay, so my game is not working. That's what's going on. So Simmer's just not taking the new version of it because it's erroring out, I bet. Okay, well, I will have to figure out why my game is broken for web builds only, and it works totally fine in Windows. There's nothing special. Nothing has really changed here, except for, oh, I added this game manager script too. Maybe it's something on here that's causing a weird brick collider combiner. I wonder if these scripts are let me hit play. I'm really curious now if these are causing the issue because they're trying to optimize performance and then breaking something. I'm going to hit play and go into the profiler. I want to take a quick look at it. Go to Window and Analysis and Profiler. And I just want to look at the CPU usage here. Yeah, and it is way down. So that's what's happening. That's probably why my thing was unoptimized so much before, is because it didn't have these combiner strips in there that are probably speeding things up. But I bet that these are blowing stuff up right at the beginning. Here, actually, let's move this out of the way. I'm going to hit play, and I'm just going to watch these. I bet that it's like some huge amount of stuff, and it's probably trying to do too much optimization and blowing up in the browser before it's able to finish. If that's the case, then yeah, I mean, it's got 50 things in there that it's trying to combine. What are these? Let's go find them all. Oh yeah, see, it's combining it, all that. What is this doing? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove those components. I'm going to do one more build. I know it's going a little bit longer than I thought, but I want to verify that I'm not crazy and that the issue isn't something that I changed. It's something that I added that would make a lot of sense. So I'm going to remove these two components. I can leave the input manager. That's fine. Leave the objective manager. Leave the coroutine. The brick exploder just plays audio when things explode. I think I'll just remove that temporarily too, just in case it's doing something else weird. Save, and we're going to do another build. All right, and while we finish up this build, we'll go through chat and just kind of start to maybe wrap things up and once we've gotten it playable. So what else do they get? You get some sweet Lego sets and $200 of asset store credit for each GP winner. Okay, cool. So I guess those are the main winners getting the main subscription, and then, or no, grand prize winners. Sorry, those are the grand prize winners. GP. Okay, and then some sweet Lego sets. That's cool. start handing out some cool Lego sets. I assume some Ninjago went Lego sets, and then runners up get some Lego sets too. Cool. Well, that's cool. I was actually trying to find some Ninjago Lego sets that were unopened around here, but I realized that they're just Star Wars sets now. Lots of Star Wars Legos and not enough Ninjago stuff, I guess. All right, couldn't play Ninja 2, but enjoyed 10 minutes. Got up to 137. Okay, let's see. Does it work? Please play. Ah, there we go. So that was the issue. It is the combining and that optimization. So here's what we'll do. I think I'm just going to upload it. I'm not going to go through and put in the menu scene again yet. We'll just upload it, make it playable so that everybody watching can play. And then in the video, we'll talk more about it. Maybe make another version that everybody can go through and play when I do the submission myself. So let's go find the Simmer page. Simmer.io. There we go. I'm going to go back to Ninja Tower 2. We'll go to edit mode and then scroll down, upload a new version, hit continue, go find that builds folder again in my Ninja folder. Oh, I thought I hit upload. Delete upload. There we go. That's the old version, the upload that didn't work. I'll take that builds folder, drop it in. I love this thing. It's so fast and so easy. I remember when this used to be hard. And somebody asked if I use version control. Mr. Bubbles did specifically. Yes, this stuff is all in Collaborate. I've been committing pretty much at the end of the day. Every time I finish up a section, been doing a commit. All right, there we go. Let's do an update so everybody can play and you can all play as Zane and see if you can win the game. Do an update real quick. Here's the direct link. I'm going to drop it right into chat too so everybody else watching can try it. Yeah, I think if I replace the, I think if I allow it to do the combine on the blocks, that'll fix it too. Oh, wait, why did that? That's weird. It didn't take my new version, my new upload. Okay, let's try re-uploading it again. I'm going to upload a new version, hit continue. We'll drag in our new build. And then this should have the playable version. Maybe I just misclicked or something. And we'll update the game. There's a question about the monitor that I'm using. It's the LG 49-inch ultra wide. It's like super huge resolution. It's 52 something by 1920. So it ends up being really wide. Oh, I didn't hit save. There we go. And view content. There. Now you guys should be able to play it. So it's super wide. It was essentially okay, that didn't work at all. Let's just upload a new version. This is going to be Ninja Game 4, and then I'm going to email Rocco and tell him that uploading new versions is failing for me for some reason. Either that or I'm just uploading the same old version. Let me open up my index file. Oh, now it doesn't open. What is going on? Where did I build to? Maybe I built to a different folder and I'm just crazy. No, it works. Okay. Let's call this Zane Tower. So the new game name is Zane Tower. We'll save it and upload it. And then I'll drop that link in chat if it loads for me. So yeah, the big monitor is really handy for game development. I used to use triple monitors to just have 320 or 330-inch screens. But I found that having one big one without bezels makes me use the monitor a lot more. When I had triple monitors, I'd always have one off to the side that didn't do anything. Another one that was kind of like a waste of space. And then the primary one. Now I just have one big primary one and just move things around. I love it. It's by far one of the best upgrades that I've made to my systems. Probably outside of an SSD, the ultra wide screen is one of my favorite things. Not the best for playing all games though. All right, so Zane should be able to play now. Make it up the tower. Performance is medium. It's not the best, but it's not unplayable. And I think that once I get that optimization part working, it'll be quite a bit better. Let's make it to the end of the level though. See if I can actually win. And then we'll start wrapping it up. All right, jump, 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 jump. Make it over here. We'll make another jump, double jump, double jump, double jump, double jump with a delay. And then jump and jump and jump and jump and jump. We're almost there. Don't want to jump too high. And we made it to the party. Woohoo. And then the game restarts. I feel like it could use a better background or something. But overall, game flow is working and I am very happy with it. So I'm going to switch over to the camera view for just a second, answer any other quick questions, and then say goodbye to everybody. Let's switch Yoda's light over there from red. Should be in green mode. Yoda. Didn't need a red light next to him. All right, so I guess real quick, just wanted to say thanks again, everybody that's been out here just joining and watching these streams live. Appreciate it. I hope you've been having fun with it. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share the stuff. Check out all of the links down below. And if you have questions, just drop them in the comments or shoot me an email. I try to answer as much as possible in the comments, and then every email, it just takes me a little while sometimes to catch up to them. But if you got any questions or any cool ideas, stuff that you want to see in the future, just drop a comment down below. Let me know. And if you like the game, have some cool ideas for the game, want to see some stuff added onto it, maybe next week I'll add some things. I guess if this video is super popular, has a ton of comments, and everybody's like, hey, go add this feature and this feature and that feature to it, then I will keep building it out next week. If nobody cares, then I'll continue on and we'll do some other videos and do some other things that people are interested in. We've got a couple cool video ideas planned out that I want to shoot this weekend and probably get out over the next week or so. So make sure you're subscribed to get alerted for those, hit the little bell thingy and all that. And if you want to play the game, here's the link one more time. I dropped it up above. It's just on simmer.io/Zane Tower. And over the weekend, I'll make the version where you can select multiple characters, get that video up, and allow you to play that as well. Thanks again, Unity, for sponsoring this event. Not the video, but the event. They're doing this whole big game jam event. And Lego Ninjago team. It's freaking awesome. It's really cool. And whoever made the kit, the micro game kit and the Lego Ninjago stuff in there, I'm not sure who exactly built it, but whoever you are, thank you. It's pretty awesome. It's really cool. A lot of fun to play with. I've been having a blast with it, and I'm sure a lot of other people are as well. All right. Thanks again, everybody, for joining me. I'm going to shut up now, take a drink, go get some lunch, and then get on to, I guess, back to recording more YouTube videos and course stuff and all that stuff. All right. Thanks again, everyone. See you all soon. Oh, and like Unity said, smash like and subscribe. I totally agree. All right. Goodbye, everybody.